Okay. Here we are. Hello, everybody. It's UMINEKO time.
You know, crush 4 locos. It's like 16 locos.
It is, yeah. Dude, Kalaja and I got 4 locos yesterday. We were Los Ochos Locos.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hi, everybody. Also, hi, Jamie. Oh, my God. You haven't been here in a hot sec. We've missed you.
Thank goodness. Things can feel normal now.
Yeah, we've been missing our DJ. We've had some lit tracks we don't know the name of.
Oh, my God.
Welcome. Oh, my God.
Are you streaming? It's not showing me that you... Oh, there you go. There you are.
What the freak?
Okay, so... Last time, Battler is dead. Battler is dead.
Yeah, Battler's dead.
We found out that Natsuhi might be world's biggest case of Stockholm syndrome, but that's up for... I guess that's up for debate, because she says she loves her husband.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, Burncastle wins? Question mark?
Question mark? I forget, like, what
All
her
the witches
telling
at
this...
this point have lost the goddamn plot.
Yeah, dude, literally they hit late game and they just started free roaming.
Legitimately, yes.
It's crazy.
They like already cranked out the main part of the game, and now they've started role playing. It's gotten out of hand. They've started.
Yeah, they took their RP from DMs into general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They be doing freaky shit in general chat.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
It's inappropriate.
Is it appropriate?
It's
God.
inappropriate.
I think I accidentally moved my webcam. Okay, good. My model's working. It's okay.
Hey.
All right, well, do we remember what specifically is going on right now? Is it just like capping off everything that just happened, right?
I think so, because Burn was like, tell them, Natsuhi, I'm gonna get off to this shit.
Yeah, no, they're still hogging on her about the marriage right now.
I forgot that they insinuated that she slept with Kinzo.
Yeah,
they're trying.
because she said she wouldn't confess to being the murderer because she's not, right? But Battler didn't have a way to prove it because that's why they killed him. So like she can't prove that she's innocent, but she's not gonna admit that she's guilty, obviously, because she's not. So they just started like making a web of lies about her fucking Kinzo.
Yeah, no, they literally said, "Nah, you're either guilty or you fucked your dad."
Yeah, like
that's
actually,
literally what they're doing right now.
Actually.
Oh my god.
It's like you're guilty or you just straight up fucked your dad.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, is this me?
I think so.
Yeah, take us away, bro.
So. After being forced into a marriage she hadn't wanted, Natsuhi developed a grudge against the Oshiromiya family and was filled with a desire for revenge.
From the trial synopsis.
From trial synopsis, page 3. Natsuhi, also hoping to take revenge for the financial submission her parents' family had been forced into by the Oshiromiyas, schemed to capture the Oshiromiya family's wealth. From the trial synopsis, page 4. Knowing that wealth of the Oshiromiya family was in practical terms under Kinzo's personal control, she initiated sexual relations to curry favor with him and managed to ensnare him.
Dang.
Burncastle dogs!
Release the Burncastle files.
Oh god, I just realized it's stepdaughter.
Yeah, exactly. It's a stepdaughter porno.
Oh, do you want me to read that?
Oh, I was like, you read that the last time.
To curry favor with Kinzo, Natsuhi repeatedly imitated Beatrice, the witch of Kinzo's delusions, and engaged in sexual acts.
Crazy.
Kinzo saw his long-lost mistress in Natsuhi, and was easily ensnared. Furthermore, by chance, she was sometimes witnessed in this guise by the servants, and this became part of the foundation for the legend of the witch.
Holy shit, it all comes together.
Dear God.
It all comes together. Holy shit, they're citing their evidence. Holy God.
However, late at night on October 4th, 1986, Oshiromiya Battler discovered the hidden gold. The relatives were in an uproar and decided that Battler should succeed the headship, so Natsuhi planned the crime. She murdered the children in the so-called cousin room and tried to frame Battler for the crime. Furthermore, Genji was murdered for opposing the scheme.
No, Genji.
Later on, Hideyoshi was also murdered. From this point on, she displayed the strong intent to indiscriminately murder all those involved.
Oh my
From
god.
the Trials of Nexus, page 27. From the Superliminal Materials, page 61. From the Burncastle Docs, page 1103.
That's crazy. There's all like 1,000 pages.
Yeah, dude, because she's doing her best lawyer impression.
Oh my god.
The following outlines the details of the crime. 2400 October 4th, 1986. Natsuhi decided to commit the crime. I know why that would make me giggle.
Wow.
She asked Genji to assist her, but was refused. So she murdered him.
We're gonna skip over how she did that.
Yep.
She then murdered her husband Kraus in his own room. From the trial synopsis, page 40, from the Supplemental Materials, page Materials S, page 8. It says S.
Damn.
From the Burncastle Docs, page 1105. From GC Internal Docs, General Affairs, A09, 1974. Dear
This
God.
is crazy.
Afterwards, she went to the so-called cousin room on the second floor of the guest house. Waited for Rosa to join the rest and killed George, Jessica, Maria, and Rosa.
With what?
She damaged the necks of the corpses.
How?
Afterwards, because there were... Excuse me, I had to burp. Afterwards, there were people in the lounge on the first floor. She waited in an empty room on the second floor. She hid in this empty room until the people in the lounge dispersed and went to bed.
My god, my god, my god.
From all those places. The people in the lounge disappeared just after 3 a.m. Natsuhi left the empty room and escaped from the guest house. She returned to her personal room where she met up with Kinzo, who had been hiding there. She stayed there until morning.
They moaned.
Kinzo left the room early next morning and concealed himself somewhere near the guest house.
Wow.
Afterwards, Kinzo saw his chance and carried off the corpses of the 6 victims one by one, hiding them. Unfortunately, these hidden corpses have not been found. Natsuhi, who had failed in her scheme to cast suspicion on Battler, changed her plan to include the murder of all present. Predicting that one of those present would eventually want to take a rest in a private room, Natsuhi concealed herself inside a closet in one of the guest rooms. At about 1 p.m., she murdered Hideyoshi after he entered that room. From the time the others became aware of the incident to the time that they carried Hideyoshi's corpse out, Natsuhi once again concealed herself in the closet. Furthermore, as proof of this, a button from Natsuhi's clothes was found in the closet. Afterwards, she left the closet and tried to return to her room. However, Furudo Erika found and questioned her first, and she confessed to the crime.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Lambda Delta Docs! Oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god.
It is unfortunate that half the evidence from this becomes from Twitter, apparently.
Yeah, the GC docs stand for group chat.
The group chat official notice 017244344. Due to the result of illusional trial number 147-7982, 2400 October 5th, 1986, we announce that the following has been determined. That Ushiromiya Natsuhi did admit to her crime. For 13 months following this announcement,
great court.
related docs may be pursued at the Greater Court legal offices, Document Management Center, First Subsection. Great Court Deputy Chief, Head Inquisitor of Heresy, Delano A. Knox.
Ooh. Ooh.
Damn, she typed that shit up.
Yeah, she did.
Well, yeah.
She really, really did. Let's all assume that I did it, okay? That's what you want me to say, right? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm crying!
Wah.
And bawa dawala.
Oh, is that
Bawa dawala la la.
Yeah.
Oh, Natsuhi, yep.
As though she'd given up and decided that it'd be useless to try and talk her way out of this any longer. Aunt Natsuhi screamed that out. It was a sad incident. I wanted to believe that, despite the pitiable circumstances that led to her marriage into the Ushiromiya family. See, but now it's obviously still him talking, but why does he call her Natsuhi this time? It's not consistent.
Yeah, true.
Natsuhi just might have been able to grasp a sliver of happiness together with Uncle Kraus and Jessica.
This is Uncle Kraus there, dude.
Yeah, and then he's
Crazy.
back to Aunt Natsuhi. However, by Aunt Natsuhi's own doing, Uncle Kraus, and even her beloved daughter, Jessica, had been heartlessly killed. It was even harder to believe that Grandfather had been an accomplice and hid the corpses. However, judging by the clear testimony given by several people who knew him, Grandfather's mental state for these last few years has been far from what anyone would consider normal. Perhaps possessed by a mad devotion to the mistress he had lost long ago, Grandfather might truly have believed that Aunt Natsuhi was a reincarnation of Beatrice. Where is Grandfather now? Like Erica had theorized, did he really believe that he could revive Beatrice by carrying out murders following the epitaph? Succumbing to Natsuhi's cajolery?
Cajolery.
Right now, is he holding some kind of disturbing ceremony with the bodies he carried away?
Are you satisfied now? This is what you wanted to make me say, right?
And Natsuhi sobbed as she spoke.
This is your revenge, isn't it? You, the man from 19 years ago.
This man from 19 years ago that Aunt Natsuhi kept mentioning was supposedly someone who had caught her in some sort of trap. However, she had only mentioned that this man from 19 years ago existed, and she most certainly hadn't tried to explain what had happened 19 years ago.
I'm sure that man's underling is one among us here. I'm sure that right now, that man is ridiculing me through one of you. Then tell me, are you happy now? Has a bit of that pain and suffering you've endured for 19 years gone away? I finally understand. The reason you've cornered me so far is because you wanted to make me acknowledge that, right?
Natsuhi-san, other than us, there's absolutely no one here. Please stop this insanely desperate charade and quit pretending that someone who doesn't exist actually does.
Dude, the fact that like it's possible that the person, her son, didn't exist, and it's just a manifestation of her being guilty over it. Dude.
I mean, yeah, if you were to believe all of this, but I
I
mean,
don't know.
well, because we know that it wasn't actually her. So like, I'm pretty sure we also know that the guy from 19 years ago, wasn't it done by Burncastle on the phone?
It was done by Lambda? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, no, it was Lambda who
it
was doing
Lambda's
it. So like, we
piece.
know that that's
Yeah.
not a real thing that actually happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you don't believe the magic stuff, then yeah. Also, this is ironic too because you're not a real person. You're literally a OC. And you're like telling her not to be upset about people that aren't real.
Oh yeah, Erica. Yeah.
No, you're an OC.
Wait, me?
Clearly
I'm
is what I was
yeah,
saying.
I'm an OC.
Erica laughed mockingly, but as Aunt Natsuhi looked at us, no, as she looked at some being behind us, she hung her head and shook. Then she confessed to her sin. What is it? What is it?
I committed murder.
Oh, is it about the baby?
Yeah.
Is it about the baby that she threw off the cliff?
Yeah.
I was curious, well, because I was curious if that was gonna be like a separate thing, like she also had like a bastard child because she didn't like Kraus, so she cheated on him or something. But I guess not.
No.
No, I knew the whole time, actually.
Yeah, okay, dude. Water is good.
Water is good.
So you finally acknowledged your crime directly.
No. It is not about what. Whoa. This is not about what has happened today and yesterday. I don't know why that tripped me up. I will confess to a murder that occurred 19 years ago. Oh. This was
Dr.
new.
House music?
Uh.
I guess.
Oh, yeah, shit, fuck, shit, yeah.
The adults
No,
all
it's-
whispered together, wondering what this was about, because they had never heard about a murder case 19 years ago.
19 years ago, I committed a sin. I couldn't forgive it. That baby.
Baby? Now what are you talking about?
On that day 19 years ago, Father entrusted me with a baby. Since I still couldn't bear a successor on my own, Father told me to adopt a child, and he made me hold a baby that he said had been brought here from an orphanage. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was to me as a woman?
With a mix of conflicting emotions of anger, sadness, regret, and possibly defiance, and Natsuhi confessed.
Song
Her
titled
humiliation as a oh, yeah? No, it's fine. You can just, interrupt me whenever you want. It's totally fine.
I'm sorry.
Ugh. Her humiliation as a woman when she was no longer expected to bear a child. And also the indescribably unpleasant feeling of being made to hold an unfamiliar baby. It caused her great sadness and rage, and before very many nights passed, it ate a hole into her heart.
And then I sold my soul to demons. It happened when I went on a walk through the rose garden to the harbor, along with the servant holding the baby. I wanted to be alone. That female servant holding the baby faithfully followed me everywhere. I was unable even to tell her to stop following me, and therefore unable to escape from the child's crying. That day marked the beginning of 19 long, headache-filled years. Then we faced the cliff from across the fence. If by taking that baby and throwing it down into the rocky beach far below me, I could undo it all. I really did listen to that demon's temptation. Then, for the smallest of moments, I thought of how wonderful it would be if I really could do that, and lent an ear to that temptation. At that time, the servant holding the baby stepped on a large rock, twisted her ankle and staggered. She leaned against the rough fence, And at that time, I thought I heard the fence creak loudly. I told her to look out and try to grab her shoulder. No. I shouldn't be so vague. I'll repent. I'll confess. At that moment, I'm sure that, as I told her to look out, with both hands, I reached for that servant's shoulder, and with a thud, pushed her away home.
Oh my god!
Holy shit.
Damn.
Dude, I said this from the beginning when they were trying to make us think that it might have been the witch. I knew she did that shit. I knew it. Dude, it's actually crazy because like the moral scale for this family is so like the bar is so far in hell that I can't believe that like one, even if you can't like obviously nobody can empathize with this action, right? But like people can empathize with the circumstance. Beyond that, I actually think it's fucking hilarious that the morally correct choice in this scenario, if you're Natsuhi, like the morally correct thing to do is to just be a neglectful parent.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking insane. Because like those were literally her only options. Like either kill the baby and I guess also the servant, or just like be a neglectful parent and raise a child that she doesn't really care about.
Good lord. I love this song so much, wandering through a rainy night vibes. Yeah, this song's fire.
Yeah, this is good. I like it.
Yeah. The rough
Yeah, no, the
fence.
intro was sick.
Yeah. The rough fence snapped from the base, and the servant, along with the baby held in her arms, fell down towards the rocky beach below.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, bro. Homicide and infanticide.
Even though I remember that moment vividly, for some reason I recall a vague and very strange feeling. It almost felt as though instead of falling, the two of them were silently swallowed up into empty space. So I didn't even hear the sound of them crashing to the rocky beach. No, I'm sure I heard it. But because I wanted to think that they disappeared, I must have erased that sound from my memory. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Nandro doesn't like this.
Najo no likey.
Nandro no likey.
And then
For an instant, I thought it was a dream. It was high enough that I couldn't see the two of them below me just by leaning over. So I didn't know whether their fall, or the few seconds before that, had actually happened or not. I must have been wishing so strongly that the child would fall, that I just had a daydream. Trying to make myself believe this, I hurried back to the rose garden. Then I decided to let the servant take care of the baby, choosing to take a rest alone in the garden. Then Father asked what had happened to the baby, and an uproar began over the disappearance of the servant who had been in charge of it. Eventually, the broken fence was discovered, and 2 corpses were found at the bottom of the cliff. The child had apparently been here for reasons that couldn't become known, so its existence was hushed up. And the official story was that the servant had an accident on her own and died.
wait, there was already a reason why the oh no, I'm misinterpreting the sentence because the reasons that cannot be known is that she's infertile, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Classic Ryukishi phrasing.
that's right. I stole away 2 innocent lives in one go. As for the poor servant, her family was graciously compensated. Her aged husband, who didn't know the truth, accepted this even though he grieved over the unfortunate accident. Then just a few years ago, he died of old age, and I confessed the truth over his grave, apologizing. But until this day, I have never apologized to that baby. Yes, that's what you're after, isn't it? So right here, right now, I'll confess to my crime. I, Ushiromiya Natsuhi, did 19 years ago push you off a cliff and try to kill you.
You did not try. You succeeded.
But you didn't die, did you? You're still alive. And you still call me mother. came to this island and took your revenge on me, didn't you? For these 19 years, you knew that the one you should have called your mother pushed you off a cliff. And you must have lived a very hate-filled life. And now, you've taken everything I've gained since pushing you off that cliff. 18 years of my life, and smashed it all to pieces. I no longer have my beloved husband and daughter, and I've lost even my honor. And I'm being called a murderer. No, I really am a murderer, aren't I? Yes, that's right. It all went according to your plans. I'm now regarded as a killer. How's that? Is this enough? For your revenge? My husband and daughter have been killed. I've been made to look like a murderer, like an adulteress even. After seeing me living in disgrace like this, are you satisfied? Yes, I bet you're quite satisfied. Because my family, my honor, everything has been stolen from me.
Dang. What do we think, by the way, guys? Because like this, I feel like this sort of puts things in a new light. Because like now that we know for sure that she really did do it, she really did kill that baby and the servant. Like, do you think she really was unhappy with her life? Like not even at that point, just generally, right? Because I feel like you have to be like pushed to that point, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody's born with the capability of doing something like that. So it really does kind of make all the good things that she has to say about like Kraus and the family, like it does make it seem like cope. You know what I mean?
Like, I feel like at that time, she was very unhappy with her life. For sure. Because, like, she was isolated from her family.
This is before she was happy with Kraus.
Yeah, because at the time, like, she was infertile. Like, she was stolen away from her family. She was isolated from everyone. Like, the only...
Well, because I think this... Well, because if she was, like, trying to have kids with Kraus, surely it would be after she, like, changed her mind about him, right?
I think maybe... I don't think Kraus
because
contributed
she even
to
said
it.
in... She said in the diary that, like, he was being, like, very respectful of her and stuff, so I would find it hard to believe that they were having sex before she came around on him.
He was, the rest of the family wasn't. The whole thing is they made the negotiations knowing that she was infertile. I think they're implying that they made the negotiations knowing she was infertile, and were just like, we will supply the baby and you just shut up about it.
Maybe. I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed that this chapter has, like, taken one of my least favorite characters and actually made her kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's a shame that she had to be annoying for so long, but this is some pretty cool stuff. Really makes you think.
Also, is this the whole crux of his writing style? Is make the most annoying narrative shit possible and then make it make sense somehow? Is that
Probably.
Is that what his thing is? Is that
That's what
what his
people
thing
say.
is that what?
That is what the people say.
I forgot who told me this exactly. I think this was like in a separate stream other than UMINEKO, but they explained that the answer arcs, which is what we're in now, is kind of like not a mistranslation, but like the more direct translation is the like unraveling or undoing arcs. So it's basically, I think it's what you said, saying like it's basically like undoing everything that's been set up and bringing like something new, you know? So
I don't really see how this undoes things.
well, I mean, like it's not undo. It's like mix up
Unraveling.
something. Unraveling. Yeah.
I think they mean like unwrapping.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we're like instead of the story being centered around like the actual mystery, now it's more about the like actual interpersonal relationships in the family.
Mm.
Ryukishi is like if M. Night Shyamalan was on the other end of the autism spectrum.
Yeah, and he made visual novels instead of movies.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, you mentioned it during Tomodachi. Yeah, that's right. No, because you told me that, like, yeah, because I was in VC with you. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you,
Interesting.
Jamie.
After all this, do you still claim that you were framed? Seriously, you just don't know when to give up.
Can you hear me? You, the cursed child from 19 years ago. Are you satisfied now? You've stolen everything from me now. What else could you want? Please, just forgive me.
Hello, mother. Or some shit.
Is that Battler?
Probably.
Christ.
You gotta know.
No, it's Nanjo. It's useless, isn't it?
Yes!
Wait,
His moment.
Doesn't his dad say it? Isn't that where he got it from?
I don't know. I forgot.
No,
Did they make a joke about it?
No, it's a Kinzo thing.
Oh,
It
it's
is
a Kinzo thing.
Yeah.
You guys never noticed that?
I forgot. No,
No, I
did.
just remembered that.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah, it's another one of the little like quirks that they both coincidentally share.
Because they're not the same person. Not at all.
I need to commission someone to do
Goofy.
art of like Kinzo and then Kid Battler in a like, kid like on a leash Battler because Battler of course was a leash child. I need them in,
Oh yeah, like the full body harness with the leash.
yeah, no,
Jamie,
I
I
need
got
them
your
in
gift.
like tourist attire with Disneyland hats on.
Oh my
And
god.
just Kinzo like, don't tell anyone I took you here. They'll think I'm nice. Shut up.
Battler, I'm here to show you the greatest Western creation we've ever known. The mouse.
We're back.
Hello.
Dude, my OBS loves to crash on me. So, apologies. The GIF is now
It's
there.
all right. Hold on. What's the GIF? Let me see.
It's Battler,
yeah.
the Battler going, oh!
Whoa! Wait, what is that from? That's awesome. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's useless, isn't it?
Oh, I see why, because that's the It's Useless GIF.
Yeah, I guess so.
Battler-san, did you say something?
It's all useless. Oh, fan-made animation? That's really well done in that case.
Battler? Good. Oh god, I'm scared. What's it gonna...
Yeah. It's useless, isn't it? It's all useless. Oh, he's crashing out.
Oh!
Whoa, what the
What
fuck?
the fuck?
Bing, bing,
That was
bing.
the end?
Well, we still got a tea party to go through,
We do.
but
Died
I mean,
before-
I'm not surprised. We were like, it seemed like we were very much approaching the end last
Yeah.
time.
Gotcha.
like crazy.
I like how they change up the credits as well
Yeah.
throughout the chapters. It really makes
Oh, wow.
it makes every chapter feel like a bit more of a complete experience because obviously, you know, each individual chapter came out as its own game back in the day. Which is still crazy to think about.
Yeah.
That like when this came out in like I think it was the 2000s, right? The early 2000s? Or was it the 90s?
I think it was the 2000s because
I'm actually gonna fact check
this
myself.
is after Higu.
I mean, yeah, because Higurashi was literally like 98 or something, right?
Dude, solitary deep sea fish bangs.
Oh no, dude! Chapter 1 of UMINEKO was 2007. That's way further in the future than I thought. And then Higurashi. Chapter 1 of Higurashi came out 2002.
Oh wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Damn.
I thought it was a bit older because Ryukishi's art is so bad.
Yeah, Rikishi was on demon time making those two games. God damn.
Well, I mean, supposedly he was like literally writing the story like as he was releasing them, so he could respond to what people were saying about it. It's crazy to think about.
All of the goats.
All of the goats.
All of the goods.
It's crazy to think about, honestly, because like he really, really did not want people figuring out the mystery early. So much so that he was like changing the story based on what people were predicting. I bet.
This game.
The silhouette of Battler with the coat is so tough.
I need to know what I need. When is he gonna get the coat? I need to know.
Dude, well, there's only 2 chapters left, bro.
No,
so,
there's
like,
3.
This was 5?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were on 6
No.
for some reason.
No.
No.
It's all 5. No.
5 was one of those ones that lasted a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Episode 5 completed.
Alright, tea party time, yay! Fun tea party full of tea and party.
Oh, we back in here.
Chapter 3 was gonna be harder, but Ryukishi nerfed it. Well, I'm not talking about like the difficulty of the mystery itself necessarily, but he wanted to like keep the story exciting, you know what I mean? I guess maybe I shouldn't have phrased it the way that I did. But if he was like taking into account like the responses people were having to each chapter, like surely there was some story stuff that he had planned, but he just like saw what people were, you know, like what opinions people were having, and he was like, oh, maybe I should do this instead. Everybody do the sea lion. Shane, do the sea lion.
I did. That's how they sound, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Erica? Dylanor? Yes, my master.
You called?
I want you two to stay in this fragment and explain everything in the remaining 1st through 4th games. That pitiful transient witch who supports the illusion of the witch no longer exists herself. Expose the naked truth thoroughly. Leave it to me, my master. There is no riddle that I, Furudo Erika, cannot solve. Of course, that's why you're my piece, my double.
Berncastle wore a massive and horrible smile, which Erika shared. Beatrice's illusion of the witch would disappear, and the result in all of the previous games would be painted over.
Ding.
It had been crushed in every way possible, and the naked truth remained, and the only naked truth. Such a weak truth was no better than fish on the chopping board for Erika.
It is possible to explain all of the past 4 games with Natsuhi as the criminal, or with certain irregularities based off of that theme. I won't let anyone say it's the crime of the witch Beatrice again. I'll start compiling it together at once, and then present a first-rate tale to you. You mustn't leave even a single fragment of Beato's Legend of the Witch behind. The rumors among the servants, the way people talked about unexplained events as though that legend was the cause. The illusion of the witch that worked alongside the illusion of Kinzo. Deal with all of them completely. Of course, I'll get to it right away. We now have the furniture in custody. We're hurrying to identify their vessels.
The 7 Sisters of Purgatory had already been taken into custody. Those noisy sisters who had served Beato now faced nothing but denial. What sort of illusion? What sort of illusion were they based upon that allowed them to manifest? Everything would be exposed and denied.
I CERN
Jungfrau.
Sound Jungfrau.
A certain Jungfrau has already begun its investigation. According to the most recent results, there is a high probability that they were constructed during the 1960s in the vicinity of New York. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
An aid has already been sent to the location.
The 1960s, the
17.
Whoa.
Dude,
There's
imagine if there was that many of them.
That's like, yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah, all the extra ones are
More
Kermit's.
The Seven Sisters of Purgatory are made in the USA. Even though they bragged about being furniture connected with King Solomon and serving a 1,000-year-old witch, they're a total sham.
Wait, are you telling me that all the steaks Kinzo bought in the 1960s in New York?
Like, at a flea
Maybe.
market near. Oh, this shit is sick. No way.
Wow.
Who was it?
Dude, can I get some water? God damn.
no!
I'm gonna publicly announce that I'm taking a bite of a Nutty Buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I guess
Shane.
that's what has to be done around here.
Thank you,
Jesus.
Shane. I really appreciate that. The communication, you know? It's always...
Man, fuck you. The line doesn't get read in like 5 seconds. You get
Mhm.
hella impatient.
Yep.
Suck me.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Some I did, bro. Some I did. My whole did.
Some I
whole
did. Some I
You don't
did,
got no
bro.
did. Some I did.
I
Some
got
bro.
did.
Nope.
I got like a 0.5er, 0.2er.
Nah, your shit inverted, bro. You got inverted controls on.
I'm just happy to be here.
Who was it? According to the report, there's this group of big-time swindlers who make money by selling fakes to rich fans of the occult.
Oh my god. They're fakes!
Because the deceived millionaires tried to resell the fakes as though they were real. There's a chance that they've been falsely deified by enthusiasts in the field. We are rushing to find confirmation and further details.
So, Ushinomiya Kinzo was a sucker who'd pay big bucks for any fake occult object. And that's what the Seven Sisters of Purgatory really are? That's hilarious!
Now that I
What if
think
from
about
now
that,
on
I
she-
want there to be a Indiana Jones movie where Kinzo's the villain.
This has actually made me realize the next character that I can voice that's male, he's gonna be Mandark.
Holy shit.
Oh God!
A total sham, just like Beato's illusion of the witch. Though they call themselves the Seven Deadly Sins, they're actually cheap, fake souvenirs. Well, from the very beginning, I figured they were nothing more than paperweights sold at some shady souvenir shop.
I should like that.
Paperweights? Have you confronted the Seven Sisters with that truth yet?
No, not yet.
They still seriously believe they were created by a great sorcerer over 1,000 years ago. I'd like to confront them with perfect evidence and the truth right away, and let them know that they're mere paperweights worth less than $30 US.
No way.
When you do, I wonder what their faces will look like as they lose all hope. I can't wait. Call for me when that happens. I'll come to watch with some of the best black tea and dried plums.
Wow.
Oh, you need dried plums. You having a hard time shitting? Hard time
thought that was-
Spring Castle?
Is that
You
wait? Is
little
that what
hacker?
prunes are? Is plums?
I thought that's what it was.
Guys,
Hold on.
fact
I
check,
thought that's
fact
what-
check.
I thought that's
I'm just
what it
curious, bro. What are prunes?
was. Are they different
Yeah,
things,
dried
or is
plums.
that what it is?
Oh my
Yep,
god,
dried
she's
plums.
eating
Okay, yeah.
Dude, she's shitting!
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Bart
like,
Castle
damn,
is
you got
shitter!
some irregularities
Are you a girl that
going
poops
on.
or a bitch that
Or a
shits?
bitch that
A
shits.
bitch that she's trying to become a bitch that shits.
Oh my
God.
Beethoven's illusion of the witch had already been penetrated, and it's been proven that everything was simply the result of human delusions. What kind of delusions created them, and what caused these in the first place? When the answers were proven perfectly and shoved in the faces of those concerned, the illusion would vanish and be completely annihilated. This is what they meant by execution.
An execution is not a show. As a general rule, it is not made public.
This is an inspection by the Great Lady Castle, member of the Senate, so she can observe that the Great Court is performing its duties satisfactorily. Do you, as a mere inquisitor of heresy, wish to deny her this right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just observing as a representative of the Senate to make sure you follow the proper procedures when you carry out your work. We are currently preparing to take Virgilia, Renove, and Gap into custody as well.
No!
No!
The Siester Sisters Imperial Guards are conducting that investigation. Of course, we will then detain and execute those three connected to Beatrice. Dillinor, what is the true nature of the Siester Sisters?
We believe there is a high likelihood that their vessels are weapons used in the crimes. For this purpose, Senator A. Gertrude has formed a special team. We are currently investigating all cases.
I'm looking forward to the Siester Sisters' execution too. One at a time? Or all of them at once? No one's stupid enough to put an entire can of tea leaves in a pot at once. You've got to enjoy it slowly, one spoonful at a time. Exactly! Let's have their executions on consecutive days. For the furniture and the witches, one by one. I'll send you an execution show every day! Wonderful. After all, there really are a lot of them. Looks like we'll be able to enjoy ourselves for a full 2 weeks. Maybe we can let them decide which ones to execute first. Make sure you think up something great for the execution concept. I'd like to enjoy executions both old and new, from east and west, every day.
Oh god, if Renove gets locked up, who'll be the narrator? The Scottish guy has to sub in, I guess.
I don't know.
Oh god. If they kill him, I'm just gonna switch.
The rules state that the method of execution is to follow Great Court regulations.
Leave it to me, my master. I will most certainly prepare you a fascinating execution show. Oh, and you'd better quarter at least one of them. Of course! I shall make a list of the best forms of execution from all countries, from Europe to Asia, which were used by kingdoms east and west for crimes no less than treason against the king. I'd like to think up some execution methods myself. Pondering that will be the perfect way to relax on those sleepless nights. I'll iron out my ideas and send you a letter soon.
Wow.
Certainly, my master. Then we'll have the Berncastle-style one as the grand finale. At the very, very end, when all the illusions are broken and Beato's magical compendium has been completely crushed, I shall present my master with that finest of executions that she desires, the execution of Beatrice! Thank you, Erika.
What?
Thanks to you, it seems I'll be...
What?
No, keep going, keep going. I was reading ahead.
Damn, bro, you love stealing my flow. You love
I'm
fucking up my
sorry,
whole
I'm
flow.
reacting. It's a stream. I'm reacting.
Nope, there is no content. There is no content here.
Dude, illness for real.
What?
I said illness for real.
Yeah. My cup almost runneth dry once again. Slop stream? Always.
Thanks to you, it seems I'll be able to forget the pain of my illness for a little while. You're just perfect. My piece, my double, and my adorable daughter. Your words are too good for me, my master.
Whoa, whoa, hey.
Stop glazing, bro. Stop
witch
glazing.
laugh always just reminds me of when I hadn't figured out how to laugh in the Tamaki voice yet. You remember that? Do you remember that?
Yes, of course I did. That's so funny.
That was traumatizing for me.
It's traumatizing.
I felt ashamed.
Oh, Shane.
Erika, I'll give you honor and a reward. And that reward is the greatest symbol of Beatrice, the portrait from the reception hall.
Whoa!
Take that off, smash it to make firewood, bake a cake with that, and eat it. Then I'll allow you to put up your portrait in the remaining frame.
Oh, shit! Oh my god! There she is! I love how the chair is all, broken.
Yeah.
The cushion.
Thank you very much. It is a great honor. You will eradicate and erase Beatrice's name and all traces of her. Until that is all finished, I will order that you be made the master of this sealed-off Rokenjima. Okay, bruh.
Oh. Whoa!
By the name of the Witch of Miracles, Burn Castle, I proclaim that you will be given the rank of witch until that day. From now on, you will call yourself Erika, the Witch of Truth.
Yeah, okay. She's not human no more. Oh, I caught an ice cube in my mouth.
Oh my god.
So Burncastle really did just split off like mitosis.
Yeah, she mitosis.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
She
like, I don't even know
asexually
what the fuck
reproduced.
Yeah, like I guess so, literally, right? Like she just said she's her daughter.
She just freaking budded, bro.
This literally adds to the list of things too. This is my really cool OC, Erika. She's a better detective than battler. She can use the red truth even though she's not a witch. She's really cool and smart and funny, and everybody likes her. And she's really rich.
And she's right all the time, and everybody has to listen to her.
She's always right, and everybody has to listen when she speaks. And she's actually Burncastle's daughter, and she's actually a witch also.
And she's an intellectual rapist.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Witch of Truth. Thank you very much, my master. I vow to work even harder so that this honor will not be wasted.
Yeah, okay. Permaglazing.
Even though she was nothing more than a piece, she was being granted the honor of calling herself a witch like her master, if only for a brief stretch of time. Okay. Erika was so moved that her actions had been acknowledged in this greatest form that she trembled.
Dillinor, continue to aid Erika and report on her progress to me.
As you wish.
She was shitting right now.
By the way, where's Lambda?
She is over there.
She's just like in the corner.
From the guest seating on the second floor, she pointed downwards. Lambda Delta could be seen beneath... Lambda Delta could be seen beneath Battler, who hung there, dead and pierced by the red longsword.
Dang. She's teabagging his corpse, bro.
She be looking at them toes.
Ooh. Shiromira Battler. You were an interesting guy. And you might have become even more interesting. But too bad. What's up, girly pop?
What a wonderful way to die. Erika, you can hang Battler's corpse in the mansion's reception hall. The next time I come to visit this fragment, welcome me in front of it. So away, my master.
My princess.
Princess.
I'll make that foolish man an eternal monument to my master's victory.
That sounds wonderful. Really tasteful. Maybe you can coat it with plaster and make a beautiful white statue. It'd be wonderful if you decorated him all cute.
Wow.
Yes, Lady Lambda Delta, I will strive to answer to your expectations.
Alright, even I'm getting tired of her, bruh.
Congratulations on becoming a witch. Though it'll be just for a while. I'll welcome you as a friend.
Afterwards, I hate you again.
Yep.
Erika was so overcome with emotion that tears came to her eyes. Because for a piece, no greater pleasure exists than having your work acknowledged by your master.
In the end, I'd like to have Beato stuffed too. Then I'll decorate the reception hall with her.
Galaxy Express?
The one that isn't Night on that.
You know, I read that back when I wasn't a witch. I always thought it strange that humans who obtained eternal life would become so cruel. At the time, I honestly couldn't relate.
After becoming a witch and living 1,000 years, I fully understand it. That writer could understand our cruelty really well, in the truest sense.
These guys just be yapping about how much they love being evil, bro.
Yeah. They're gay and evil and in love.
What writer are they talking about? Are they talking about
Night on the something.
I don't know.
Where'll you go next? I'll bet we say farewell with our backs turned, right?
That's because I don't want to let you get bored.
Thanks, Burn. But you can be sure I'll count to 100 and then start searching for you again.
You really don't let a person get bored.
Oh my god.
That's why I like you. Love you. Let's meet again somewhere. However, we may not be reunited for another 100 or 1,000 years, if ever.
That's okay. The sea of fragments is tiny to a pair who love each other. Oh my god.
The third man?
No, Children of Paradise, of course.
Oh.
If you could escape the poison of just a single evening's worth of boredom, each time you smashed one of those countless fragments that glitter like a starry night, even you would want to count the stars in the sky.
Ooh, not bad.
Oh, it's a British guy.
It's a British guy.
It's some British guy. I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care enough to actually
I don't give a
finish
fuck.
reading that. Yeah. The Voyager witches travel across the countless glittering futures of possibility and gobble them up, trying to escape their illness called boredom for as long as they can. The tiny, tiny fragment created by the human known as Beatrice had now been gobbled up by the two witches and had lost its glitter. The two had earlier called themselves rivals in front of Beato. Now stopped that charade and laughed together playfully.
Erika, new ruler of this fragment, weave the truth and create the tale that leads up to this world's demise. The next was the 6th game, right?
What?
Yes, it's the 6th game. Decide the title for episode 6 yourself. After all, you're already the spinner of this tale as well as the master. Thank you very much. Actually, I've already decided on one. Oh, already? Then let me hear it. What kind of title is it? Yes, episode 6. I'd really like to leave you hanging for a bit, but I'll tell you.
Come on, stop being a smart...
Sorry.
Stop being a smartass and tell us. A newbie witch like you shouldn't be teasing your seniors.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Episode 6, Checkmate of the Golden Witch.
Telecard! Oh boy, I love the My favorite is the
Type she.
You wanna
Damn. He's dead as hell.
That's a really cool.
It's
friggin'
Right?
so
It looks tight.
cool.
Yeah. In the hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Looking.
Let me have a sip.
Yeah. You take that sip.
In the cathedral devoid of people, a figure could be seen staring up at the heavens, its chest pierced with a long red sword that pinned it in place to the ground. That figure was Battler. Ironically, it looked like just what he'd done to Beato with the blue wedges in the 4th game. Battler had died quite some time ago. Now, in this place, the concept of death means nothing, except that one has stopped thinking. Therefore, in a sense, Battler was not dead. After being defeated in a fight over the truth and surrendering, he no longer had the strength to think of a way to resist. That's what made him dead. Dilinor's massive longsword, which had been left in place of a tombstone, fastened Battler to the spot where even after his death, this was all being lit by a faint light peeping out of an incredibly high skylight. Quiet footsteps rang out across this still cathedral.
Oh boy. You can move?
From the darkness behind a pillar, a woman slowly stepped forward. It was Beatrice. Just like they'd been the whole time in the Golden Land, her eyes had no light to them, and were still muddied over with grey. This person was once unable to even drink black tea to her satisfaction by her own will. But though it was slow, and though there was no life in her eyes, she was surprisingly walking. Then, with slow, deliberate steps, she reached Battler, who was still dead, pierced through. Then, she slowly touched Battler. She tugged on his sleeve. However, Battler showed no reaction. When she realized that it wasn't sleep, but death, the witch, with the hopeless gaze, let her head hang even lower. Then, she quietly whispered,
You liar.
Beato softly touched Battler. Then, she pressed her forehead against Battler's chest. There was no longer any heartbeat. It wasn't just because he had surrendered. It was because the witches had chased him from the game board. So from now on, Battler would never return. So from now on, the Golden Witch Beatrice would have no reason to, I didn't catch
Exist.
Nice
So
job, bro.
that,
sorry.
to exist.
Thank you. Liar.
There you go.
Goodbye. And sorry.
Oh, goodbye.
Then the Golden Witch completed her task and scattered the spray of gold.
Bushwing.
Are we going back in the game board? Oh, no, it's Golden Land.
In the Golden Land, the grey rain gently continued to fall. There was a faint aroma of good black tea. Beato stared blankly at its surface. There was Virgilia continuing her knitting.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Along
Very epic, bro.
with
Why
me
did they do this?
And Dylanor talking to each other.
It's Battler.
Oh, no, just kidding, it's Battler.
Yeah, nice job, by the way.
Sorry, my bad. I got really excited for a sec.
This is a recollection. No way! You're fucking with me. Oh my god.
Oh.
Who the fuck is talking?
Who is talking?
It has to be!
No, I'm pretty sure they just changed perspectives. Like just now. Like it was Battler and now it's the narrator.
No.
Because the previous text box, it literally said Dylanor and me were talking. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So it was Battler then, and it's the narrator now.
Okay.
This game sucks my dick so hard, bro.
Okay. This is a recollection from Battler's memory, which Dylanor's sword must have given him as it pierced him. And I'm going to adjust my microphone so I can do this better. Hold on 1 second.
Holding on one
Oh,
second.
yeah. I'm holding.
A recollection of that time Dylanor had come to visit the tea party in the Golden Land.
Wub 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 wub.
It's the same with me. The next time we cross swords, I won't hold back.
Bring it on. I'll be your opponent. Come at me with all you've got.
I promise. With everything I've got.
Now it's Beatrice.
Dylanor, huh? I thought she was an emotionless killer doll without a heart. But maybe she actually is pretty approachable. Though, of course, neither
No,
of
I
us
get. Okay, I guess it's Battler
show
then.
mercy
I'm
when
just.
fighting over the game board.
But that means it's not Beatrice then. That means it's Battler.
Who is this?
Right? This is stupid. This is gay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it is Battler.
Yeah, let's just go to the next one, because for all we know, it could be somebody else. Yeah, okay. Sure, man, it's Battler.
Babbler.
I fucking hate you. I hate you, Ryukishi. I hate you so much. I hate you. I hate you.
Me when I get you. Me when I get you.
For a while, we gazed at the rain-drenched rose garden as we quietly enjoyed our tea. Still, it really is terrifying, the way you fight. Nox's 10 Commandments, or the Decalogue, wasn't it? Those classic rules of the mystery genre, right?
There was a sound effect there which scared me. Did something happen?
You know, there was
Oh! That's
Oh.
what happened.
It added the... Okay.
It added the Decalogue. Okay.
Finally, bro, she's been talking about him forever.
Yes, they are commandments conceived by my father.
Hidden doors must not exist. That's Nox's third, right? That means there's no need for detectives to even look for hidden doors. Sounds pretty ridiculous. Berncastle said it herself. She said that because they were forbidden by Nox's third, even searching for hidden doors was a waste of time. I'd like to counter that by saying it probably isn't so uncommon for a rich family's mansion to have a hidden door or two built into it. But apparently, that sort of rule works perfectly well in the mystery genre. By the way, there exist many wonderful mysteries in which hidden doors appear, and where hidden doors are the theme. Of course, this is limited to novels which have the premise that hidden doors exist. If that premise doesn't exist, hidden doors must not exist. So because that premise doesn't exist, there's no need to search for hidden doors. I think that's probably the essence of her ridiculous argument. It's like the detective trying to expose the truth, and the illusions trying to confuse it with a mixture of truth and lies, are getting blended together, leading to a bizarre form of argument similar to a devil's proof. Making a closed-room murder seem to be accomplished by a witch with magic is fantasy. Exposing that it was a human's crime done with tricks is anti-fantasy. Examining all possibilities to expose the nature of those tricks is mystery. But is it also mystery to claim that the possibilities with no hints supporting them are unworthy of investigation? Let's say a hidden door is hidden in a way that there would be no clues. Would claiming that a hidden door therefore exists, even though a detective couldn't find it, be anti-mystery? That's enough of that. This argument's too far of a digression from the riddles I'm actually supposed to be solving. My fight is very simple. I'm only fighting to explain how it was possible for a human to carry out these crimes that were supposedly carried out by a witch. This whole discussion about mystery and anti doesn't serve any purpose. That's why I didn't have any particular interest regarding these rules known as the Nox Decalogue.
Do you dislike Nox?
It doesn't work for me. There's something strange about making it possible to deny the existence of all hidden doors without investigating. It's about as dubious as a devil's proof. Even though it's supposed to be the exact opposite of fantasy, it somehow feels like it's the same kind of argument.
Her sad face.
I shouldn't have said that. Your dad was the one who made them, after all.
Do not worry. After all, there are some who say it is nothing more than a silly game.
The Decalogue feels like something very arrogant to you, right, Battlecoon?
To be honest, yeah. If an actual detective said he didn't need to look for hidden doors because they must not exist, everyone would start looking around on the floor to see if some of his screws had come loose.
In that case, Battler, let us say that the third commandment didn't exist. In that case, what would happen to closed-room mysteries?
What if Nox's third, hidden doors are forbidden, didn't exist? In other words, hidden doors would always work just fine as the standard trick for closed rooms.
This does not refer to hidden doors with hints of foreshadowing. It refers only to doors that even the detective cannot find because, of course, they are hidden.
Battlecoon, you often fight by using a devil's proof, assuming the existence of an undiscoverable element X. That is what this is about.
That'd be horrible. The closed-room mystery genre wouldn't be worth reading at all. And if it were no longer worth anyone's time, it would cease to exist. No one would want to try solving the riddle from the beginning, not if they knew the answer might just be an unforeseeable hidden door. Unless you have some guarantee that no hidden doors exist, you don't really feel like you're trying to reason it out. I see. So Nox's third is necessary. Without that, it wouldn't be worth reading closed-room mysteries.
And if you don't feel like trying to reason it out, what would that lead to?
It means you wouldn't even want to read it.
That's it. Humans are weak creatures, who can't even think unless they have proof that reasoning is possible.
That reasoning is possible. In other words, they need encouragement. To let them know they can solve it if they work hard enough.
That might be true. It's the same with exercising. If you're told to run around the campus 10 times, you can tough it out. However, if you don't know how many times you're supposed to run around it, you'd probably get tired before you made it around 3 times. The same goes for thinking and reasoning. Humans view a problem differently depending on whether or not it's guaranteed to be solvable.
In detective novels, there's always a scene where the detective announces that he's discovered who the culprit is. That's a sign saying the hints have all been given in the previous parts of the story. So, dear readers, please try to reason it out.
I always thought it was just a classic line, but I guess it does also have that effect.
To put it harshly, until the detective says that, readers won't feel like trying to solve it no matter how much they love solving mysteries.
Weren't you like that yourself in the previous games?
It's the prompt. So I spent all day doing my autism kid training. I'm like, it's the prompt.
The prompt.
Yeah.
They prompting you to insert your detective behaviors.
Now that I hear it, maybe that really was the case. Maybe my fight against Beato really began in the second game. At first, I didn't seriously try to tackle the closed room riddles Beato threw at me. After all, I knew nothing except that people had died in a closed room, and the windows and doors were all locked from the inside. I mean, seriously, talk about having no hints to go on. So I refused to argue on the grounds that I couldn't fight, because the lack of clues made reasoning impossible. I'm out of water.
Oh no. Get more water.
Bathroom if we want to take a break.
Water break.
Okay, yeah.
/bathroom
That works
break,
out, I
and
guess,
your
if you
bathroom
gotta...
break.
Yeah, if you gotta use the toiletries.
Okay, water break. See you in a little bit. Bye. Jamie, me and you were fucking that word game up. Goddamn.
Dude, you better mention my contributions.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and Lanny was there as well.
How dare you? How dare you?
As a chauvinist myself, I think Lanny was robbed.
I think Lanny was robbed.
Yeah.
Did I read this one before we went to word game?
I don't think so.
Okay. After that, didn't Beato sneer at me, asking whether I'd repeat that over and over forever in an endless repetition of moves? At that time, Beato said this. Did any flashes back?
Of course not. I'll give you the thing people like you always demand. The reason you always stop thinking and then moan about it is lack of information. If you are then given information, you start doubting whether the information is true or not by denying the basis. Isn't that convenient? What clever little words to hide your own incompetence.
Then she said she'd give me a certain information that couldn't be denied and created the rule called the Red Truth. Once we reached that point, the curtain finally rose on my battle with Beato. So, that's when I finally had a guarantee that I could solve this tale if I tried, and I stepped up to the stage with her for the first time.
Beatrice. She's a strange person. Although riddles are the only holes witches can live within, she began to give you the Red Truth, a method by which those riddles could be solved.
You could say the Red Truth is a hint Beato gives me, so that I can compete in this war of reasoning. Like candy. Because I've been given hints, it's like she's saying, try and solve it, for it can be solved. An enigma that's guaranteed to be solvable can't be called a true enigma. Isn't this almost as though Beato herself is admitting that she isn't really a witch?
My. That does seem logical. She truly is a strange child.
Battler got a lot of catching up to do, bro. We've been kind of known this.
He is the manifestation of their family trauma.
Beato gave no answer. With gray eyes, she did nothing but blankly gaze at the steam rising from her black tea.
My father created the Decalogue to act as a crutch for the power of thinking. It most certainly wasn't made as a way to arrogantly decide things.
A crutch for the power of thinking.
That's right. By Nox's 8th, it is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. This does not only mean that one is forced to avoid making theories that are not supported by clues.
If you turn it around, it means that the one proposing the riddles is forced to display clues that lead to the solution.
So in other words, if you follow the Decalogue, all riddles must have hints, and therefore it's guaranteed that finding the solution is possible. I see. So this is what they mean by a crutch for the power of thinking. If you can believe that it's solvable, you'll start wanting to have a go at those riddles. If you're capable of believing that hints do exist, you get fired up about rereading the story to search for them. I'll admit that it might have the power to give courage to those trying to solve it.
You seem to think the Nox Decalogue is a series of restrictions imposed by the one who made the mystery. But it is also vital for the readers. By using the Decalogue as a crutch, we are given the courage needed to use reasoning, as well as the willpower to reread the tale several times in search of the clues we know must be hidden there.
It's like the lid of a jar of jam that's too tight and won't open. Like Mom always used to say, if you think you can't open it, then it really won't open no matter how hard you try. The same thing happens in sports. They say whether or not you have a strong image of yourself and believe you can win no matter what has a large impact on the records. In that case, the Nox Decalogue isn't really a set of arrogant and strict restrictions. You can also see it as a way to encourage the readers, who are trying to solve the mystery by telling them to give it their all, since it's definitely solvable.
Jam, wait, that's you! That's you, Jamie, oh my god.
That's an interesting way to interpret it. Still, I've heard that not all detective novels around the world follow the Decalogue all the time, right? When you bump into one of those, won't you feel tricked?
Even the Decalogue is nothing more than a single interpretation, and it cannot be applied to all mystery stories. Though among fundamentalists of my father's work, it seems there are those who harshly criticize works that violate the Decalogue and call them heresy.
There's no end of arguments like this in the mystery world. Was this or that famous detective novel really a fair mystery? In other words, one that followed Nox's Decalogue. That sort of argument is already an eternal theme of the mystery world. In fact, in mystery discussions, arguments like these sometimes become even more heated than discussion of the actual tricks. I can understand why they'd want to criticize it. They try to solve it, believe it's solvable, and follow the Decalogue, but it's actually not made to be solvable like that at all. I can understand how that'd get pretty annoying. That's right. When fighting with the Decalogue, there's just one thing you want guaranteed from the beginning. In other words, you want to guarantee that this detective novel will adhere to the Decalogue. If a work labels itself as an orthodox mystery, then you have nothing to worry about. However, the mystery genre contains many unorthodox subgenres within it. Does that mean trying to use reasoning in an unorthodox detective novel is a complete waste of time? Looking at it that way, it really does feel arrogant.
Yes. I also find it extremely sad that my father's Decalogue has been used as such an arrogant weapon. I think this is Ryukishi shitting on people who used it in the last game.
Then again, he just fought against Beato using the Decalogue as a weapon. Can I take that as proof that this game world of Beato's follows the Nox Decalogue? Also, how do you even know that's the commentary, bro? You haven't read Higurashi, you're a LARP.
I don't know. That's just my theory, a game theory.
Isn't Higurashi like, because it's also a mystery, but it's like actually like a more traditional murder mystery, right?
It has some fantasy elements to it, but yeah, I'd say so.
I'm just saying comparatively to this.
Yeah.
Because this is more like a character drama disguised as a mystery. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know.
But
my mystery experience is literally like Sam and Max and Grim Fandango and like.
Oh yeah. I guess I also shouldn't downplay it like that, maybe, because there is definitely still like a real mystery story at play, because all these murders are real and they actually happened, and like you know, the crime needs to be solved. But yada yada. I digress.
Bree, would you play Grim Fandango with me? Have you played that game?
I don't know what that game is, but sure, Shane.
It's a point and click.
Hell yeah!
Oh, I love point and clicks.
It's the Land of the Dead. It's the Mexican mystery game. It's the Hispanic one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Really
literally a point and click adventure game.
Good.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right. Anyway, sorry.
When I asked that, there was a strange silence. Virgilia, Dillinor, and of course Beato all remained silent for a while. Almost as though my question had touched at the core of something.
That is something I cannot answer myself.
Why?
This is a game that this child made. A game to decide which of the two of you will win. This child has called it a confrontation between mystery and fantasy. But unfortunately, she never said it was an orthodox mystery. That means you have no guarantee that it follows the Decalogue.
But at the same time, Miss Beatrice has said that this game is a contest between you and her. In other words, there is a chance that you could win.
In other words, you're trying to say that reasoning is possible. In other words, How many words do we need?
If you ask this child, she would probably say that reasoning is possible. However, just as she is the challenger, and you are the challenged, the two of you are different creatures. Something Beato might have proposed, thinking it is solvable, may or may not be solvable for you as well.
In other words, there are other words.
Yeah.
So who is this? Do we know who this is?
In other words,
You know.
I'm just gonna run
I
with
think it's
Virgilia.
Virgilia.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because she's like explaining what she was about to say, right?
If only there was a name at the top of the text box.
For example, let's say we propose a simple riddle that any Japanese person would know. However, if the person we're telling this riddle to is a foreigner, with a Japanese English dictionary in their hand, it might be almost impossible to solve. In other words, it's possible to have a one-sided, solvable problem, which might be easy for the questioner but extremely difficult for the person trying to solve it. By the way, do you know of the foreign riddle? Why do dragons sleep all day? The answer is to battle the night. It's a riddle from the English realm, so it might be a little tough for a Japanese person. For that reason, I cannot say for certain that this tale is something you will be able to solve. However, I can promise you one thing. I will guarantee it with the red truth.
What?
Beato wanted you to solve it, so she made this game. The riddles of this tale, solvable. Let alone, I will guarantee with the red truth.
See, that's definitely Ryukishi like telling the audience to like hurry up and try to solve it before the game's done.
Yeah. This is known as prompting.
Yeah, actually. It was the one guarantee that all those who try to use reasoning desire.
I don't know if my father's Decalogue will apply to that answer or lead you to it. However, when you run into a tight spot and want a compass for your reasoning, please try using my Decalogue if you remember. It might give you renewed courage, and might possibly even lead to some new discovery.
Thank you. If I'm truly stuck, I'll think about your fighting style. Are you sure it's okay to help out an enemy like this?
Pay that no mind. I came to this tea party without a gift. I hope you enjoy this in place of a snack. And, if you come face to face with me again, there probably won't be time to speak of such things so casually.
Nox's Decalogue and Virgilia's Red Truth. Beato wanted me to solve it, so she made the riddles of this game solvable. In other words, Beato wants me to be capable of solving it. Isn't that proof that reasoning is possible? Of course, that's from Beato's point of view, and it doesn't necessarily mean that reasoning is possible for me. Compared to before now, when I didn't even know whether reasoning was possible or not, that one line might give me a great deal of courage. At least it has the power to silence any negative thoughts about this all being useless.
Unless the other party assures you that reasoning is possible, you won't do it. It's almost like love between shy young people.
Love?
Yes. Unless you have proof that the other person loves you first, you don't want to love them back. Right?
Both boys and girls want to hear someone else say they love them first. That's their dream. If they're in love, they don't want to love the other person until they're sure this person loves them back. After all, there's nothing as painful as a one-sided love, and the scars of the heart left behind last a long time. Because they're afraid of that pain, they want proof that the other person loves them first more than anything else.
I see. That's an interesting way to explain the relationship between writer and reader in a detective novel.
Yeah, maybe you could liken detective novels to that. Both the writer and the reader first want the other party to say they'll solve it, or that it can be solved. Until the writer is assured that the reader will certainly have a go at the riddle if they propose it, they don't want to write their story. The same goes for the readers. Until they are assured that they will certainly be able to solve the riddle if they try, they don't want to read the story. because they don't want to write what they consider a masterpiece and be hurt when no one reads it. Because they don't want to reason about what they consider a masterpiece and be hurt when they realize it was all useless. By that argument, it really isn't a stretch to say it's like love between shy elementary or middle school-aged kids. Even though they really do want it, they don't have the courage to reveal their feelings. So they wait uncomfortably for the other person to confess, and by the time summers end, nothing's happened. More than that, sometimes the girl even ends up going out with an entirely different guy. That's what my first love was like.
Wow.
Along with these one-sided feelings they can't express, they lament the passage of a summer that will never come again, and the days of their youth end. The writers who wouldn't write until he gained the support of readers. It's for all eternity without releasing his maiden work. The reader who waited for the writer's rise to fame goes their whole life without knowing the joy of the mystery genre.
Matala-kun, when does this chicken or the egg type of shy love reach the level where it can progress into mutual love?
Well, that's probably when things start to pile up. It starts as a relationship between friends, then they communicate with each other more and more. And when the two both reach the level where they're sure that I like this person, and they surely like me, well, when they probably just naturally become a pair of lovers. My impression up until now was that relationships starting with a sudden confession of love tend to break up more often, whereas pairs who never actually confess to each other but realize that they've always been together usually stay together for a surprisingly long time.
In other words, this happens once the two of them believe in each other and a relationship of trust is born. Is what you're saying?
Maybe. It's a bit odd. I've always thought the mystery genre was a battle between the writer and the reader, but maybe that's not quite right.
Yes. It's something that cannot go on without a relation built on mutual trust. A relationship with love.
Without love, it cannot be seen.
Looks at Beato. I love you.
So you're saying our relationship isn't one of killing each other, but one with love?
That's a new sprite. Though it doesn't look like anything more than a pair of elementary schoolers bullying each other to me.
Virgilia joked at us in a middle-aged woman sort of way. Still, though I'm not expecting friendship or a trusting relationship, I can accept her as a rival. Beato is fighting at full force, trying to make me acknowledge that she's a witch. So I'll respond to that and go all out, trying to deny that witches exist.
How can you be sure that Miss Beato is fighting at full force?
Can't you tell that by looking?
It isn't as though she has proclaimed in red that she's fighting you at full force. And yet, you still have no doubts. You are the one who said you wouldn't believe anything except the red truth.
Surely this is that stage battle Kun mentioned earlier, where communication increases and you learn not to doubt your relationship.
Virgilia and Dylanor giggled together. One guy, multiple women, and the topic is love. Wait a sec, isn't this the worst possible formation for getting made fun of?
Yeah.
When I tried to bring back a proper mood for a tea party in the rainy Golden Land by clumsily searching for a more noble subject, Virgilia saw right through me and laughed. Even amidst this, Beato kept looking downwards with those gray eyes, staring into her black tea. And then they turned down the saturation. Yeah, that's right. Virgilia and Dylanor have given me so many hints. And yet, I barely thought about it at all. By now, it's all too late. Let me think. Now that everything is too late already, and I've got an endless amount of time on my hands, let me think. one more time, let me think about the red truth Virgilia gave me, and the crutch of the Decalogue that Dylanor lent me. With the red truth, Virgilia guaranteed that at the very least, Beato left enough room in this tale for me to achieve victory. That red truth guarantee will once again give me the power to start my heart beating. And there's the crutch of the Decalogue, which Dylanor lent me. Dylanor herself warned me in the beginning that the Decalogue isn't so almighty that it can solve all riddles. However, she said something about how it could be used as a method to solve. No, to take on riddles. Let me try it. Though there's no guarantee that this tale is mystery or fantasy, let me believe that I'll definitely be able to solve it. That it is a solvable tale, a mystery. And let me take it on one last time. When I came to, I was suddenly in that strange tea room where I'd often argued furiously with Beato from across that table. Of course, Beato was nowhere to be found. It was just me, isolated and alone. That's okay. Even so, I won't stop thinking. Okay then. What were Nox's commandments again? I'm sure Dylanor explained most of them when slamming me with them. Of course, even I can recall them vaguely. What was the first one again?
Oh god. No! God damn.
I think these are gonna be the new homies, bro.
No!
Okay, goddammit.
Wake up, you're German now.
I know, wake up. No, it's time.
Wake up.
I have to be exacting. And okay, allow me to speak. Allow. Hold on. Where was it? Okay. I have to remember. Allow me to speak. Nox's first is forbidden for the culprit to be anyone not mentioned in the early part of the story, as in the setup.
When I muttered about what the first one was, as if answering my question, Dylanor's subordinate appeared.
Javoy.
Without bothering with an unnecessary hello, she told me nothing more or less than what I wanted to know. Yeah, that's it. The first. The culprit has to be one of the people mentioned in the early part of the story. In other words, the culprit must have already appeared. As early as the first game. True. That's the most basic of basics in the mystery genre. A classic assumption. A classic assumption. Have I really been keeping to that assumption? With each new game, the number of people in this tale keeps increasing. That violates the closed circle rule. By that point, everything gets screwed up. Did I give up on the inside? Thinking that the true culprit or mastermind must have not shown up yet, and that reasoning was therefore useless. If I read this tale as a fantasy, new characters keep showing up, to the point where even having demon kings or gods or creators appear wouldn't be strange at all. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Oh.
Even if the true mastermind first appears in one of the last episodes, I'd have to accept it. However, if I read it as a mystery and stick with that conviction, then there's no need to worry at all about anyone who shows up later. Because Nox's First clearly states that it's impossible for the culprit to be anyone who appears later on in the story. Eating Goku cake, saving his face for last, that's fire.
Yeah, did you see Adam's birthday cake?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, his birthday was yesterday and he had a Goku cake.
Wow, that's tight.
Did you wish him a happy birthday?
Okay, it's from the top. Of course, there's also
Damn.
what both Dylanor and Virgilia said. What?
I said, did you wish him a happy birthday?
No, you cut out. Don't be a bitch.
My bad.
No, I'm the bitch, though, because I didn't say happy birthday. I didn't even know your birthday was coming around, Adam. That's totally my bad, bro. I hope you had a good one. I hope you're enjoying your Goku cake. I need to say it in spirit. I appreciate that, but like I said, my beef for real. Because I normally always get people with their happy birthdays, so... I don't know. Dude, Are you gonna play Final Fantasy, by the way? We got to talk about that because I saw you
needs
join the thing.
He needs to like fix his hard drive because he's only on the laptop.
Yeah.
But he has plans to.
Sweet. Of course, there's also what both Dylanor and Virgilia said. There's no guarantee that this tale follows the rules of the Decalogue, so of course, I can't deny the possibility that the culprit first appeared in the second game or later. However, this is one way of thinking. This time, I'll forget about the Devil's Proof completely, and try to borrow the power of the Decalogue in my thinking. After all, I've already said myself that I won't be able to reach the truth without a multi-angled outlook. In that case, that means the culprit in all of these repeating games is one of the 18. From the very beginning, there was no need for an illusion of a 19th person. Even the first of Nox's commandments denies the existence of an unknown person known as the Witch from the very start. If I had followed that in the truest sense, I might not have suffered so miserably in the second game. And Nox's second.
Allow me to speak. Nox's second. It is forbidden for supernatural agencies to be employed as a detective technique.
Dylanor's other subordinate appeared without a sound, and gave me an answer to my question. That's right, a detective can't go around using magic. So, if this is a fair battle, does that mean that, like the detective, the culprit also isn't allowed to use magic?
Allow me to speak. Know that you are free to interpret as you please.
Yeah, that's right. Sure, I'll interpret it my way. If this game is a battle between me and Beato, then because this tale is solvable, no elements will appear that make it impossible to solve. In other words, things like magic mustn't appear. When they do appear, I shouldn't suspect that the mystery element is breaking down, but I should instead question why it was shown and suspect the witnesses and observers. That's right. That was Beato's greatest weapon in the second game. Depictions of magic, which couldn't exist in a mystery. By showing me that, she forced me to think that this tale wasn't a mystery, and therefore that reasoning was impossible. So I surrendered.
That's how he got cooked.
Yeah, that's how he got
Yep.
caught.
However, if I had believed unshakably that it was a mystery, it would have been completely obvious to doubt the witnesses who had claimed to have seen magic. Also, at the end of the first game, it was revealed that this tale was passed on to people in the future by that message bottle. Someone had written about this crime, this tale. In other words, this entire tale is a world that includes the personal opinions of an observer, namely the person who wrote that message in a bottle. In other words, the observer isn't God. It's a human. Therefore, there's no guarantee that this description is truly impartial.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. By the end of the first game, it was already clear that we've broken the constant premise of the mystery genre, that the story itself must be seen through the eyes of God. For that reason, it's possible to doubt even the observer, as well as the witnesses. If I could have doubted this much, then no matter how many seemingly unsolvable displays of magic appeared, I wouldn't have had to blindly accept them and give up. However, that begs the question, is it even possible to solve a tale written by an observer who's impartial? Or who isn't impartial? I'm gay. If I get obsessed with this, all my reasoning will end here. I get what I mean about this being kind of where the mystery, like, really opens up if you've been having trouble. Because now we can look at the previous red truths that we've been given by the game and, like, critique them in contrast with the idea that, like, you know, we have, like, an unbiased, or we have, like, a biased narrator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because since this is like a legend, I guess something that none of us thought about was the fact that if it's not stated in red truth, we're free to doubt things as much as we want.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've all been taking it from the perspective of, like, is it magic or is it not magic? You know, like, what magic is, like, a lie and what magic was, like, fabricated versus what magic actually happened. Whereas, like, some of that shit could have been a bullshit lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, instead of being left as unknowns, unknowns were explained by magic and therefore made dubious of the knowns and how they happened. You're like, wait,
Yeah.
Right. However, I had to believe that Beato was trying to fight me through this tale. Because it's a fight, that means I've been given a chance of winning. By giving me that, doesn't that mean that reasoning is possible? This part is tough. Unless I believe that the cruel witch took on the risk of losing to try and have a fair fight with me, I can't get past this part. Just like Virgilia said, it's just like love. If I can't believe that Beato is fighting me head-on with everything she's got, I won't be able to reason any further than this. Sure, I'll acknowledge it. Unless we acknowledge that we love each other, we won't be able to get any further. When Virgilia ran out of patience with the two of us, shy and incapable as we were of acknowledging that out loud, she gave me the red truth instead. That was the red truth saying, Beato wanted me to solve it, so she made the riddles of the game solvable. What the hell? It's like Sato-san in Class A says he likes you, like hearing a love confession via a friend. I really am pitiful. Reasoning is love. If we don't love each other, the reasoning won't start. In that case, how can we say that we love each other? If you think you can solve it, just try. You're incompetent. Like hell, you can solve it. Yeah, according to George Aniki, people like that are called tsundere. That brutal witch is finally starting to look a bit cute. That's funny, bro.
Of course.
Tsundere! If I meet her again, I want to try saying, "You're such a tsundere." If I meet her again. Somewhere. Tsundere?
Sundora.
Bro's illiterate. Tell me the other parts of the Decalogue. I don't care about the order. Give me something that seems useful.
Allow me to speak. Nox's aids. It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with the clues that are not presented.
Allow me to speak. Nox is sixth. It is forbidden for accident or intuition to be employed as a detective technique.
It must be solved, or it must not be solved with clues that aren't presented. And it must not be solved by relying on accident or coincidence. If this tale is made to be solvable, we can read this the opposite way. In other words, clues must be prepared so that the case can be solved, and it has to be made in a way that it can be solved without relying on coincidence. If I can believe that Beato is challenging me to a fair game where reasoning is possible, then I can be sure of that. In other words, Beato has already left me clues, hints, and messages in this tale. It isn't from the Decalogue, but... Oh, yeah?
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, what is it?
No, stupid.
No, I want to hear.
No,
I
I take it back. No, I take it back. I withdraw.
Frick you, dude. Don't take it back.
You know, Shane, reasoning is love.
I was just gonna say, I noticed that Gertrude has lace mid-fupa.
Wait, that's awesome. That's fucking epic. See, how dare you keep that information from me?
Hold on, I must.
Why she got lace mid-fupa?
I must inspect. Where are they?
They might see. They do. Look, it's like it's like lips.
Oh yeah,
it's mid lips.
Yeah, it's mid. It's clit level, dude.
That's funny.
Clit level.
Well, when they got a clip
you
belt
dog.
on,
You dog, you. If you've seen some of his old fan art, you know Ryukishi is a demon like that.
Yeah.
So
it isn't
like,
from
never mind. It's stupid.
No, it wasn't stupid. I'm actually glad, bro. I wanted to hear that.
You know, Shane Battler would have wanted to know that. He would have wanted to know that.
Bro.
That was Battler in my brain. That was the
type
Battler
shit.
in me. Inside you there are two wolves.
It isn't from the Decalogue, but Erica or someone said this. There are 3 riddles to be exposed in a mystery. One is the whodunit. Who's the culprit? One is the howdunit. How did they commit the crime? And one is the whydunit. Why did they commit the crime? All of this means that clues related to these 3 riddles are already present inside this tale. Now, strictly speaking, it's like this. Because she wanted me to solve these 3 riddles, Beato scattered hints about. Though whether I'm capable of catching those or not is another matter. Even if you think a riddle you propose is easy, it might be difficult for the person trying to solve it. In that case, it's only natural that there will be a difference in how difficult each person finds it. Therefore, as Beato goes through each successive game, she watches me closely, and tweaks the game as needed to get a good arrangement. When Beato realized that I'd completely surrendered in the second game because it was too hard, she secretly got worried. If I surrendered and lost the will to fight, the game would no longer remain on an even footing. Therefore, in order to make me regain my will to fight from the third game onwards, she set things up in a way that made it easier for me, giving me tips on how to fight and a few hints. Virgilia and Renove obviously appeared so that they could help me.
Not that shit.
Also, though we still had the usual crazy magic shows, she gave me the metaphor of the Brawn Tube trial, as well as tips on how to fight back. I finally understood how to fight, and most likely, at the end of the fourth game, Beato managed to have the all-out showdown with me that she had probably wanted. Then Beato acknowledged that my abilities had become full-fledged, and entrusted me with her heart. Entrusted me with explaining this tale, didn't she? In that case, it really was dumb of me to boycott most of the fifth game. Just because I was so disgusted with those 2 witches. It doesn't matter who the game master is. All I need is to search for the truth in Beato's game. On the contrary, I should probably thank those 2 witches, just a little, for continuing the game in Beato's place, now that she's gone and left everything to me. Of course, I doubt those evil witches were trying to do anything of the sort. Culprit, crime, motive. The answers to those 3 ultimate riddles, the hints, must be scattered throughout the previously shown tales. It's probably a very faint light, like trying to find beads that have fallen onto a sandy beach. They're definitely there. However, they're so faint that unless I believe strongly, there's no way I'll be able to find them.
Please, allow me to speak.
What is it?
Go back through the tale. Know that you will be given them as long as you don't lose sight of the truth's faint light.
Right now, through this tale.
Know that for reasoning to be possible, a trusting relationship is required.
Yeah, I know. In fact, maybe I finally noticed just now. It's something that's been repeated over and over again throughout the tale, persistently so. Without love, the truth cannot be seen.
Oh boy.
Slowly, the tea room dissolved in the darkness. Then, as though I was slowly sinking into a pitch-black sea, I passed through the clever of the long journey, literally. Dude, my throat hurts. I passed through the crevice of the long journey I'd taken with Beato, and kept on falling and falling. It was a bizarre experience, like crossing over the boundary of sleep while still conscious.
Wub 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 wub.
The several tales before became faint
Oh.
bubbles. No, were they small shining fragments? And were scattered like stars amidst a pitch-black sky. I kept sinking on and on into that sea.
Whoa. Whoa.
Male, male.
Whoa.
I see everything!
The tales up until now, one after another after another.
Oh my god, Virgilia. Oh my god, that's why her name's
Oh,
Virgilia.
you know this stuff. You know this stuff.
That's why her name's Virgilia. Oh my god.
You know this stuff, right? Who's Virgilius?
It's just in Dante. It's Virgil, the guy who leads him to.
Yeah.
I read the version where it was just Virgil.
Yeah.
He's just like sometimes he's a hermit, sometimes it depends on which retelling.
Virgil Devil May Cry, yeah.
Oh my god, and Dante's Inferno. Virgil is the ancient Roman poet sent by Beatrice to guide Dante through the 9 circles of hell and on to purgatory. Representing human reason, wisdom, and the pinnacle of secular virtue, he serves as a mentor, protector, and symbolic guide.
Wow,
Though
secular virtue. She really is a Reddit atheist Discord debater.
Oh my god. Though he cannot enter paradise due to being a pagan. Holy shit.
Bro.
It makes so much sense now! Oh my god.
Oh my god, you're telling me that?
Oh my god, I get it now, I get it now, I get it now, I get it now!
Dude, the story has themes, the story has themes,
Oh my
holy shit.
god, oh my god, I love when stories have themes. Oh.
Battler's name is Battler, and then Dante's. Yeah, I looked it up. Dante does mean enduring. to endure.
Wow. By the way, you just skipped a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I thought you read this already.
No, dude,
Am
I didn't.
freaking bad? Oh
Because
my
you
god.
freaking interrupted me again, but it's no big deal. Shut up.
It's me kissing you, dude.
Do it quieter.
Oh, my bad. Oh.
Well, dude, I'm trying to act. Virgilius guided Dante to Mount Purgatory and brought him to the feet of the eternal lady who waited at the top, Beatrice. Therefore, the innermost depths lay not at the bottom, but at the peak of Mount Purgatory. The eternal lady had been waiting there for Dante the whole time. And then I knew.
So are we saying that Battler's already figured it out? Holy shit.
I finally reached the truth. To the depths, no, to the peak of Mount Purgatory. Idiot. You really are an idiot. That hurts.
Whoa.
Oh, he's just back now. He's just back. But his narrator now.
Oh, God. I was just like, damn, alright, that's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, dude.
It also just reminds me of I'm a goofy goober, yeah, as he's impaled.
Goofy,
Yeah.
Goober, yeah. He woke from the sleep of death, and bit by bit his sense of pain came back to him. On Battler's face, which still looked up at the heavens as he hung there pierced by the longsword, a suffering and alive expression gradually returned.
You really are an idiot. A huge idiot.
Promise, huh? Interesting.
Wow.
Battler noticed This whole time, Beato had been snuggling up against him, sleeping. And when he held her, he knew that it was not Beato, but her crumbling remains.
Goodbye.
He said, Battler, I don't feel so good. So when Battler just tried to hold that form as fragile ash, then just like a sandcastle made on a beach, washed away by a small wave, it fell apart and lost its form. At Battler's feet lay nothing but the ragged remnants of Beato's dress and pile of ash. Now, on top of that pile of ash, he could see something sparkling gold. It was the husk of a single gold butterfly, which had been torn to bits. And so Battler knew.
I've definitely reached the truth. However, I wasn't able to do it while Beato still remained in this world. Beato, you really are an idiot. I've finally reached the truth of this crazy riddle you've created. Just like you wanted. I didn't lose heart, and I finally made it there in the end. So, why did you lose heart without waiting for me? You believed so strongly, didn't you? That I definitely reached the truth. So, why couldn't you believe with me and wait? You aren't the one who's been forcing endless torture on someone else. It's me! I've been the one putting you through such cruel torture. You resisted until the very end and kept on protesting to me. And even though I've now finally reached that truth, to think that you couldn't wait any longer and that it's all too late. You idiot! Why did you lose heart before me? Damn it! It's my fault. I forced her to endure this torture. In fact, she's been doing such a wonderful job sticking through it for so long. Over and over and over again, you kept on protesting to me. And because I was so incompetent, it was as though I couldn't understand the truth. Idiot! Your riddles are too twisted. Why couldn't you say it more simply? Idiot! Ah! And then he cries and he cries.
His scream of pain filled the sad cathedral. The sad witch who wasn't able to communicate the truth to Battler. The sad man who wasn't able to understand the witch's truth. Battler's howl of anger and sadness rang out of that pair.
Bing.
The clock hung in the cathedral showed that it was 2400 on October 5th, 1986. Time was up for everything.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. Don't set something like a time limit on this difficult riddle you're so proud of. No, I understand. Even though there was such a faint chance of that miracle happening, you prayed for it to happen. You're just like grandfather. You prayed for and bet on the power of a miracle. One so unlikely that it was totally impossible. Less likely than finding a bead you've dropped on a sandy beach. And that means I've now truly arrived at that miracle. However, your time didn't last long enough. If I had reached this point even a little sooner, if I could have seen the truth, even if it had been right before time was up, I might have been able to save you. But right now, I've been run through pathetically. I can't even hold what remains of you. As I attempted to pull the long sword out, I tried stretching out my arms and kicking my feet, struggling to at least touch her remains, but nothing worked. Shit! Damn it! At that time, I noticed a golden glint on the palm of my hand. It was a single wing from a gold butterfly. That small fragment of gold was the only piece of Beato that I was permitted to touch. I cried with all my strength, gripped that fragment, and pressed it against my head, apologizing. Why couldn't I reach the truth earlier? Then I pressed it to my chest, promising that even now, I would never again lose the truth. When I pressed my hand against my chest, the sword piercing my chest cut my wrist, and blood dribbled out. That blood spread throughout my fist, and it must have soaked that gold fragment with my red blood. It must have been the only way of telling her that I'd found the truth she wanted me to know about. I clutched the wing of the gold butterfly with my freshly bleeding hand, and pressed it against the red sword that pierced me. Is he referring to himself in the third person?
I'd assume not.
I think yeah, I guess not.
Just to play it up. At this point, Toshiromiya Butler knows. And he understands. He's found this tales everything.
If you had the chance to change your fate,
If you have
would
a
you?
you beat me to it, motherfucker. At that time, it seemed as though a faint golden light leaked out of the gaps in his clenched fist.
Oh.
The two witches had their... Oh, wait, no. The two witches had their backs turned, and Erica was laughing at Battler's corpse.
That really is pathetic, Battler-san. I'll make your foolishness into a statue, and for all eternity... Huh?
Holy shit.
At that time, Battler's chest, no, the red longsword that pierced Battler began to sparkle gold from deep within his chest. Alright, start playing Queen Who Wants to Live Forever. That bright golden light began to change the red sword's color, turning it gold.
Oh, shit. Oh.
What's going on?
What the scallop? I'm...
What a scallop!
Battlers, what is this?
Battler coughed up blood and groaned. His consciousness came back. His will to live, his will to fight came back. The red longsword that pierced Battler could no longer be described as such. By now it had become a golden longsword. Then, slowly, gradually, it pulled itself out of Battler's chest. finally pulled itself free and started dancing through the air, then stood up in front of Battler's eyes as though it knew who its master was.
Is he gonna use gold?
Battler, crawling on the floor and moaning, grabbed the golden longsword. And though it looked painful, he slowly rose to his feet once again.
Shit.
This sure is an elaborate act. Is this one of your tricks, Lambda?
That glow. It couldn't be.
Lambda stared wide-eyed at the bright golden glow in awe. When she noticed that Battler's resurrection wasn't part of a script Lambda had thought up, Burn also frowned slightly.
Sorry, retrials will not be permitted. Siesta sisters, eliminate this resurrection illusion.
Understood. 45-410 firing permissions granted.
Bing, bing, bing. Oh, click, click, boom.
It's unable to target. IFF error. Code 999. You should please zero escape.
Yeah.
999, you say? Impossible!
Uh-oh.
The Siesta sisters hesitated, unable to carry out Berncastle's orders.
Lambda, what kind of farce is this? The illusion of the witch has been completely destroyed, and the trial ended with our victory.
Sorry, Burn. You'll have to stick around a bit longer. Isn't that right, Ushiromiya Battler?
It was all a trick so she could stay.
Yeah. Sorry to keep you waiting, Erica, Berncastle. Now it's time for my truth.
Request for a retrial accepted. The Assembly of Witches retracts the adjournment of the Court of Illusions.
Objection. The trial has already been concluded, and the results have even been announced.
Objection overruled. All verdicts are overshadowed by new truths.
Objection! Not only has Battler been banished as a player, he also doesn't hold the rank of witch. He isn't qualified to call for an appeal.
Objection overruled. He already does have that. By the name of Lambda Delta,
Holy shit.
Witch of Certainty, I acknowledge it. Ushinomiya Battler, I acknowledge you as the new Golden Witch. No, as the new Endless Sorcerer, Ushinomiya Battler.
Holy
Holy moly.
ole.
What did you say? Battler got the rank of witch?
Wait, is his witch fit the cape?
Please, please, please.
Probably. Probably.
Please.
Please.
That's so sad.
Hurry up, we'll keep reading then. Come on, I'm trying to see it.
Oh, is that me? Okay, sorry. I was excited.
We were too busy fangirling.
Yeah, everybody's too hyped,
I
bro.
was excited. The rank of witch, which he had desired for so long, had been granted to Battler so quickly. And on top of that, this wasn't anything temporary. This was an official proper authorization by Lambda Delta. Oh, so Erica's gonna be
Yeah,
immediately
she's
pissed.
molding.
Erica
Yeah.
couldn't accept it, and her face turned bright red.
Looks like that kid's game really will keep us entertained until the very end. Sure, I'll play along. Erika, you handled this. The red truth you've created with me is perfect. The construction of truth that makes Natsuhi the culprit is perfect. Battler certainly won't be able to break it. Of course, my master. There's no need to worry at all. Anyway, Siesta sisters, my master ordered you to fire, right? How long is it gonna take you to carry that order out?
Error code 999! An access code is required to talk at the territory lord!
Yeah, I told you he'd do it.
I believed it. It's so funny.
Territory Lord? Who is? Who controls this fragment? I do! Territory Lord? You don't mean Battler is...
Oh shit.
Yes, Ushiromiya Battler has been authorized as the official territory lord of this fragment.
Yes, that's right. So, you still don't understand? You don't know what that gold sparkle signifies? He's reached it. Battler has. He's made his way to the innermost depths of all truths.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means Battler's understood everything about this world, this tale, this game. In other words, he's reached the position of the game's master.
Holy moly.
I'll bet you don't want to believe it, right, Burn?
Yeah, I don't want to believe it. Okay, I'll test Battler to see whether he really understands everything. Erika!
Too bad, Erika. Just when you were finally appointed as the territory lord of this fragment, you've been deprived of that title. The new territory lord of this fragment is Ushiromiya Battler. Is it awful? Hey, don't you just feel awful? How does it feel to be deprived of that title just when you've finally gotten it? How's it feel?
I'm a little bitch. I'm a little bitch and I'm crying.
If you think you can disprove my theory, just try it! It's impossible! Impossible!
All of that.
Wow.
The theory I've created has no holes. It's impossible to deny that Natsuhi is the culprit.
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
can construct a theory with someone other than Ann Natsuhi as the culprit.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
It may be that your truth is impossible to disprove. If so, that means your truth won't be able to deny my new truth either.
Yeah. No, it's fine. No, I'm fine.
Battler spoke with the red truth allowed him by his status as a sorcerer.
A culprit other than Natsuhi? Ha! How's that? Dillinor? Let's see where this delusion of Battler Sans takes us.
I thought she wasn't gonna show up.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
Slowly, Dillinor stepped forward. In her hand was the red long sword of the Decalogue. She also had a blue short sword in In Battler's hand was a golden long sword. The two rivals once again, no, for the first time, they truly confronted each other.
Battler, I've been waiting.
Sorry to keep you.
You did not. Your return was sooner than I anticipated.
Heal him! Dillinor A. Knox! Wah, wah.
Dillinor's form disappeared in an instant. As though her slow, dignified movements from before were only a lie.
Hey, whoa. Hey.
The curve drawn by the longsword of Red Truth burned itself into the retinas of those who saw it. Before anyone had enough time to follow that curve, it was already approaching Battler's chest.
Lady Erika's reasoning has solved the fifth game. No new facts exist that overturn the truth created by this reasoning.
It's possible to show a different truth by using a different interpretation. When multiple truths exist in parallel, the authenticity of both is questioned.
In this closed-off world, it's impossible for different truths to exist at the same time. Furthermore, as long as multiple truths exist, it's impossible to claim that any of the truths are the single truth. No.
Babala.
Yeah, okay.
Babala.
It's Battler.
Yeah.
Babala.
In other words, type shit.
In other words, even if I can't overturn Erika's reasoning by questioning its credibility and conquering it, I can defeat it.
Byrne's reasoning is perfect. You won't be able to overturn it easily. But still, if you can present a theory on par with Byrne's, the fight will come down to a verdict. That means either one of the truths might be defeated and denied.
What a laughable script. I'd expect nothing less from a demon script. Push, push, wing.
Then let me ask, what is this theory with someone other than Natsuhi as the culprit?
Atlas' golden longsword drew both red and blue curves at will.
Hey, yo!
It's possible to construct it using the revenge of the baby from 19 years ago. The one from Aunt Natsuhi's confession.
Nox is first. It is forbidden for the culprit to be anyone mentioned in the early part of the story. A person first introduced in the 5th game cannot be named as the culprit.
What if the baby from 19 years ago was among us since the very beginning? For example, what if it was me?
Nox is 8th. It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. Was there ever any foreshadowing showing that you might be the baby from 19 years ago?
The red truth from the 4th game that I'm not the son of my mother, Asumu. The feeling that Dad was hiding something in both the 1st game and this game. In particular, in this game, it was made clear that there were some special circumstances having to do with my birth.
Wait, what?
What?
I remember all this. I remember all this.
Wait a minute.
Dude, he might actually not be Battler Ushiromiya. I can't believe we're coming back to this.
Hit. Wait, is that
I've been waiting for this!
That's why Kenzo loves him so... Whoa!
No!
Okay, guys, are we gonna play Final Fantasy tonight, or are we gonna lock in?
I don't know.
I don't know when this is gonna end!
I don't
That's what I'm
know.
saying. Because it's feeling like it might be one or the other at this point. Are we playing Final Fantasy tonight, or are we gonna lock in?
I can't just leave it now!
Play Final Fantasy, but...
We can't just
let's read
leave
a little
it!
bit further.
Okay.
I don't know how long we
Oh,
have.
dude, I'm telling you, I'm here for this. I am here for this. Big time.
Battler proposed that he might be the baby from 19 years ago, and announced that he'd reconstruct the crime with himself as the culprit. As Tilinor cautiously held her sword at the ready, she gauged the distance between them. Now that Battler had inherited the position of this world's territory lord and attained the rank of Endless Sorcerer, his movements surpassed human understanding. By now, the physical distance between them probably counted for nothing. After all, their extremely agile battle was surpassing the point where the concept of distance made any difference.
Dude, that would make so much sense if Battler was the culprit.
Dude, babe, remember when I said that, like, I might have gotten, like, slightly spoiled on something? It's not for sure, like, I didn't get spoiled on whether or not it's true, but I got spoiled on this being a plot point.
It would make so much sense. Because Battler...
Yeah, like I said, I've been waiting for this.
did nothing throughout episodes 1 through 4 on the game board. He was just there.
Yeah, he was an observer, and remember,
Oh
he
my
said you're allowed to
God.
question the observers.
Oh my god. I'm gonna puke. Okay.
So, we don't know. I don't know if it's true, but I was spoiled a while back on this moment, that this is one of the possible theories.
Oh, I'm gonna puke. That's crazy.
So I've been actually waiting for this a long time.
So wait, if Battler is the servant Beatrice?
Probably.
Could be. Could be.
Dude, I had my theory that Beatrice was Shannon, and I'm sticking to that theory. Or
Well,
at least a part of Beatrice is Shannon.
If Beatrice is that servant, then that can't be true because that servant died.
Maybe. That's why I said a part of Beatrice. Beatrice could be made of multiple people.
Yeah,
But-
maybe.
That's my theory.
A good start. Let us hear Your theory with Battler as the culprit.
Yeah, I'll let you hear it. I'll prove that this explanation also works, and that you can't be certain Aunt Natsuhi is the culprit.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
And they're like arguing and stuff.
Good. If you're supposed to be the culprit, that creates several contradictions. I'll use those contradictions to reap your feeble truth. I, Furudo Erika, the detective and the Witch of Truth, will...
This time, Erika stepped forward.
Please tell me she gets. Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, and now they're gonna wub.
Oh,
Yeah, she got her thingy.
In her hand, there appeared a scythe, like one a Grim Reaper might hold. A ruthless scythe for reaping everything that threatened her theory.
It's only possible for the crime to have taken place between 2400 hours and 1 a.m. During that 1 hour, you were in the dining hall of the mansion. Therefore, it was impossible for you to commit the crime.
Whoosh. Okay, goodbye.
After image.
It has not been specified that the time of death was between 2400 hours and 1 a.m. Therefore, it's possible that the crime didn't occur between 2400 and 1.
There's a restriction on any murders in the cousin room. From 1 a.m. until the discovery of the crime, it was impossible for any criminal action to occur in the cousin room. Eleanor, now!
Nox's 8. It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. If the crime actually was carried out in the cousin room, clues must have been shown. Because clues were not given to the detective, Lady Erika, who was on the watch for any abnormalities inside that room until morning, such a crime is impossible.
By the time of the crime's discovery, you mean the point at which I let out a scream and everyone gathered there. Even if it was impossible to kill them all before that point, it was possible to kill them afterwards.
Battler used a blue flash to deflect both of the red truths that Erika and Eleanor had flung at him. Erika's eyes went wide. After all, why had he said that what he had said was completely absurd? At that time, they still hadn't been killed. Even though the corpses with their necks sliced open were laying right there.
The death of the 4 in the cousin room has been proclaimed with red text. Are you trying to use the illusion of the witch? Are you trying to resurrect George and the others using the concept of magic, even though they were dead at the time?
I see. Since you believe they were dead by that point, it probably looks as though the dead have been brought back to life to you. So this might look like magic in your eyes. In that case, I will be the one to take the next shot at you.
Ooh!
Fool! How often do I have to say it? The deaths of the 4 people in the cousin room have been proclaimed with the red truth. Furthermore, those corpses were witnessed by a large number of people. Furthermore, it's already been proclaimed in red that no examination of any corpses would lead to a mistaken result. Take that, dead people!
Why are they catching strays?
No, she's really mean.
Oh my god!
He's back!
When was that red truth made? Have you forgotten, miss?
Oh my god.
The fish show of red was blocked by a magical barrier set up by Renove, who suddenly appeared in front of Battler. Now that Beartail is gone, the demons shouldn't have been able to manifest themselves in the real world. However, he existed here, and calmly dealt with Erika's attack.
Renove, how did you get here? Well, who cares? This all works out nicely. Now there's no need to go looking for you. I'll capture you here and deny your existence, too.
I'll leave it to you. Teach her that you can't control everything with a
God.
single arrogant truth.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What the fuck?
Well then, allow me to be your opponent for a bit. What do you say, miss?
I'm hard.
This is epic, dude.
In that case, when do you claim the Red Truth Death Proclamation happened? Are you saying you can pinpoint that? You can't pinpoint it, so you can't deny that the Death Proclamation was made at the time of the crime's discovery.
When his court was opened, Lady Lambda Delta made a proclamation. This court. She said this was a 2400 answer session. The Death Proclamation was made at 2400 on the second day. In other words, at the end of the game. That does not deny the possibility that the murder occurred after the morning of the second day, after the so-called discovery of the crime.
You're saying that the victims were alive at that time, even though their necks were sliced open?
Did you see that yourself, Miss Detective? True, our current understanding is that no corpse will lead to a mistaken examination, no matter who performs it. But no rule so far has prevented something other than a corpse from being called a corpse.
Oh my god.
Erica-san swung her scythe recklessly, but Renove blocked everything with elegant gestures made with the shield on one of his hands.
So at that point in time, no one was dead? There weren't even wounds on their necks! In that case, why did Battler scream?
Why do you think?
Oh, hey, sis.
Oh yeah, dude, everybody coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Better watch your feet, little girl. Ushinomiya Kinzo is already dead at the starting time for all games. Huh?
What?
Pitch black hole opened beneath Erica's feet and swallowed her up.
She's getting warped to the cum dimension.
She could probably see through to the other side of the hole. It was the same thing you'd see if you looked down out of the skylight of the ceiling of this cathedral.
Leah?
Yes. Oh my god, the wand!
Dude, they're doing a wombo combo.
Vigilia
The
could already be
lesbians.
seen in midair inside the cathedral.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
As Erica fell from the heavens, Vigilia was right below her and caught her on the end of a divine spear that sparkled blue.
Shouldn't you rethink your reasoning? Kinzo doesn't exist. Therefore, the way for the bodies to disappear in your theory is a failure.
Correct. Unless someone other than Kinzo makes the corpses disappear,
I
your
didn't
theory
even pick
fails.
up on that.
Damn it. This is nothing.
Why should it? That was. No one called that out. It legitimately was just wrong.
None of us noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we were all swept up in the hype of her owning him.
Yeah, for real. Vigilia's blue divine spear skewered and pinged Erica in midair. Erica struggled, filled with hatred, but she couldn't get it out easily. Then, all around her, several small, fast things clanged off the walls and enveloped her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
The
Please don't talk.
7
Please don't
people
talk.
manifested themselves at once
Oh,
for
God.
$30 at a Brooklyn supermarket.
Yeah, he
We
bought
are
him
the
at the
7 sisters of
bodega.
purgatory. Know this, foe of our master.
You lowly paperweights.
After George is dead, his corpse was never moved. We're all gonna talk.
Shane, this is you.
Which one is this?
She's the greedy one, the one that always eats and shit.
After Jessica's death, her corpse was never moved.
That's you, Lenny.
Yeah, I know.
After Maria's death, her corpse was never moved.
Corbett!
After Rose's death, her corpse was never moved. Hi-ho.
I think this is Lanny, too.
I ain't sure.
After Genji's death, his corpse was never moved.
After Krause's death, his corpse was never moved.
Therefore, the corpses couldn't have vanished after being discovered. Your theory about Kinzo carrying the corpses away fails. Hey, what? Hey.
Is she gonna die now?
Getting sliced open. But so what? Even without Kinzo, I can explain how the corpses
Dude, she's actually freaking out.
I don't know if I have to revise my theory. I do. The detective does.
Yeah.
Erika was probably capable of escaping this even with Kinzo's existence denied by making only a small revision to her theory. However, to her, having to revise a theory she had already created was extremely humiliating.
Looks like you toyed around with your plan too much in order to corner Natsuhi like that.
You played around too much with your reasoning. At this point, your master isn't the only one who can speak of Kinzo's death with the red truth.
And this is what you get for playing around in the witch's darkness. Know that, Furudo Erika.
And then she dies, I think.
Of course, even Erika had doubted Kinzo's existence from the beginning. However, it had previously been impossible for anyone to deny his existence in that trial. Except for Berncastle and Lambda Delta, who had sided with each other. And because of the willful silence of those two, the truth about Kinzo had truly been unfixed. And yet, to think that Battler had become a witch, a sorcerer, and capable of using red without proof. However, she had her own Inquisitor of Heresy, who could also use the red without proof to counter.
Hello. Noxus second. It is forbidden for supernatural agencies to be employed as a detective technique. If you would show that Kinzo has died with the red truth, then I demand that you display proof of a human's truth that could be used to make that point.
Oh, hey.
Forgive me, you damn geezer.
Overcome it, Battler. Don't let my corpse stop you.
I'm here too.
Presentation of evidence. I'll present a corpse that could possibly be identified as Ushinomiya Kinzo's.
Can you prove that this corpse is Ushinomiya Kinzo's? No matter how much it resembles him, unless you can prove that it is him, it is impossible to claim that it was a substitute corpse from someone else. Can you show that it was Kinzo's corpse with the truth of humans? In this case alone, and with the red truth specifically, no counter-argument will be valid.
Ooh.
Oh, any counter with the red truth will be invalid. I guess that works.
It may be true that the existence of third-party corpses has already been denied with the red. However, if saying that with the red is forbidden, Battler has nowhere to run to.
That's right. In this closed-off Rokenjima, there's no objective way to show that this corpse is grandfather's.
And that itself suggests the possibility that this corpse is a body double. This unidentifiable corpse cannot serve as proof of Kinzo's death.
Checkmate! My theory does not waver.
Eleanor had sealed off the Red Truth as a means of proving that Kinzo's corpse had been shown. Even with the power of witches, Battler couldn't argue back.
How are you gonna prove that the corpse was Kinzo's if the Red Truth is sealed? It's impossible. It can't be done.
With the red or blue, right?
Let him cook.
I'm joking. Oh man!
Lalo?
I'm joking it! I'm joking it! Oh my god!
I guarantee that this corpse is Ushinomiya Kinzo's corpse.
Then, when Eleanor met with Battler's golden flash, she was unable to fully block it with either her red longsword or her blue shortsword. And she was blown backwards into empty space. It was a direct hit without any miscalculation. Though she had always seemed as firm as a small giant before now, she was finally blasted away and slammed against the walls, as though she was the slender girl she appeared to be.
Eleanor, what are you...
A splendid gold truth. It is valid.
Gold truth?
The golden longsword, which had been drawing red and blue trails before now, finally drew a curve that retained its divine gold color. The truth it showed was neither red nor blue. It was gold truth.
What is that? Lambda, does this follow the rules?
Yes. Gold truth valid. The gold truth can only be used by the territory lord of this world. No, only by the game master himself.
Bro literally said, "It's my game. I make the rules."
What did you say?
Gold truth. A divine truth woven in a different fashion than the red truth. Its strength is on par with the red truth. It may sometimes be inferior, but it is sometimes superior.
That glitter is proof that Battler-kun truly understands Beato.
I've shown it. Shown that the corpse is grandfather's.
Yes, gold truth. Accepted. Unless Lady Erica's theory undergoes some revision, it will be destroyed.
So we can posit that the gold truth basically represents like knowledge that Battler would only have because Beato knew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Erika cried out in pain. It wasn't the pain of her body being pierced. It was the pain of her own theory being defiled.
Dude, now she's being intellectually raped. The cycle.
I see. It's like, and then there were no acroids. Just when did this? What a crazy mashup of great works!
Battler, it would be excessively unrefined to say any more. Even without saying another word, you fully made your truth about the corpse's disappearance understood. I see. That thing you're thinking of doesn't conflict with any of the red in this trial so far. Your truth based around the revenge of the man from 19 years ago had been completely understood and processed. I proclaim that your truth has now been established.
What the? Why is that Grady Grady
lady.
Quick, scratch the record.
Why is that Great Lady Lambda Delta? He still hasn't explained everything. I still have many ways to argue back, like Hideyoshi's closed room, the seal on Natsuhi's personal room, and the button in the closet.
Do you really think you're capable of defeating Battler's argument?
Dude, I think this is where she dies.
Erika, the one who's supposedly so intelligent, couldn't understand. She couldn't understand that Battler had already reached the real truth.
Because of this, grandfather's absence has been verified. and the dishonorable relationship between Aunt Natsuhi and grandfather has been removed from consideration. Aunt Natsuhi is pure and faithful. I won't permit this vulgar tale you're all so fond of.
Battler-kun.
Furthermore, because we've raised doubts about the time of death for all who have died so far, the alibis for everyone besides Aunt Natsuhi go back to square one. If you try to argue that the crime was impossible for everyone except Aunt Natsuhi, it won't work!
Eleanor, who must have risen to her knees at some point, slowly stood up. The flash from the golden longsword was still buried deep into her chest. Though pain didn't show in her expression, her awkward movements clearly showed how serious the damage she had taken was. Even though she herself knew that the match was long over by now, Eleanor didn't abandon her duty.
However, in the cousin room, you witnessed corpses that were impossible to misidentify. Are you trying to say that was a lie? Noxus 7th, it is forbidden for the detective to be the culprit. The detective is obligated to keep an objective point of view. Your theory would mean you violated this obligation.
Furudo Erika is the detective, and the me in this game isn't one. And by Noxus 9th, it is permitted for observers to let their own conclusions and explanations be heard.
Noxus 8th, it is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. Until now, you have been the detective. Was it ever shown that you were not the detective this time, and that you were an observer capable of inserting his own personal ideas? Unless it was, you do not have the right to falsify your point of view.
In this game, when I figured out the device connected to the Epitaph's riddle, I witnessed Grandfather. As has already been shown in Red, Grandfather doesn't exist. It was impossible for me to witness him. Therefore, it has already been shown that my viewpoint wasn't objective.
It is possible that it was just a sheet or something fluttering in the wind and rain, which you mistook for Kinzo. It cannot be used as foreshadowing to form a basis for Nox's 9th. Mistaking one thing for another is a right permitted to all observers.
There's the red truth that Beato showed during the 4th game. No person would mistake Ushinomiya Kinzo by sight. It's the red truth Beato used to counter my blue truth claim that someone disguised themselves as Kinzo, to make it seem as though Grandfather had appeared. In other words, on this island, all illusions that might lead to someone mistaking something for Grandfather, including someone else pretending to be Grandfather, most certainly cannot work. All of Aunt Natsuhi's schemes to make it seem Grandfather existed were hidden in the relatives' blind spots. All of them clever tricks like, he was here just a second ago, or he's in his study alone now. They never tried to make anyone mistake something they saw for Grandfather himself, so there are no contradictions. If they had tried to dress one of the servants in Grandfather's robe, it probably would have been seen through in an instant. It has been guaranteed that none of the characters in this tale would mistake something for Grandfather by sight. If someone claims to have seen Grandfather despite that, it becomes a lie. Allowing lies to be contained within their observations is a right granted to everyone, except for just one person. And that person is the detective! Because of the right granted by Nox's 9th, anyone is allowed to mistake a sheet in the wind for something else and tell about it. However, mistaking it for Grandfather in particular is not permitted in this game due to the red truth.
So, once you claimed to have seen Kinzo, it was no longer misrecognition, but intentional. In other words, this proves that the observer was not objective, is what you are saying.
Yeah, he lied so he could commit the crime.
Oh.
And that means, yeah, that means he saw the corpse, yeah.
Yeah, that means he could have done it.
Yeah.
In this case, unintentional misrecognition is not permitted by the rules of this game. However, it is possible to intentionally lie about seeing something you never saw. And that is an action not permitted to a detective who's obligated to maintain an impartial perspective. Forgive my crazy argument. It's all finished now.
No, it's okay.
Shakes hand.
Because men like you exist in this world. You will surely protect the fragile truth from any kind of pride. You will surely protect the real truth from the tyranny of any plausible truth that might claim to exist as the sole truth and try to exterminate all fragile truths.
Atla's golden longsword drew a massive blue arc as though splitting the heavens.
I'm glad I could fight with you.
Therefore, my perspective in this game is based upon the 9th, not the 7th. The fact that I claim to have seen Grandfather is proof!
The noise rang out across the cathedral. It was the sound of Delanor's longsword clattering to the floor. Simply letting go of what was the same as resigning to the proud Delanor. Though the blue trail Battler had drawn, aiming right for the top of Delanor's head, it stopped it. Blah, blah. Though, dear God, sorry.
You're good, bro.
Blah, blah, blah. Though the blue trail Battler had drawn was aiming right for the top of Delanor's head, it stopped a hair's breadth away. If it hadn't, Delanor would have probably been annihilated, without leaving a single scrap of flesh behind.
I resign. I give up on denying your truth.
I've paid my debt. Let honor be to your father. The Decalogue was neither arrogant nor judgmental.
Honor to my father.
Delanor sat down on the floor and completely abandoned her will to fight.
What are you doing, Delanor? Lame, pathetic, you stupid half-wit murder doll! You've tainted the honor of your own father. Shame on you! You still call yourself Mystery's Wedges? Will you surrender to magic? The history of the mystery genre won't allow that.
You're the one that doesn't understand what mystery is all about. If you see mystery as nothing more than a weapon with which to sneer at your opponent intellectually, I won't let you ever say so again!
I think I flipped on her. She's become annoying.
Finally.
Thank God I think she's about to die.
I think she's Twitter.
She is Twitter.
In this analogy, I think she's Twitter.
I'll present a truth that conflicts with yours. And Natsuhi was threatened by a phone call over the internal line, sent by the man from 19 years ago, me. His goal was to make Aunt Natsuhi look like a murderer. From the beginning, this has all been a drama of revenge intent on framing Aunt Natsuhi.
That's wrong. It's a drama of revenge against the Ushinomiya family that Natsuhi thought up. Your theory outright opposes mine.
You still can't pull out the blue spear that's sticking through you, right?
Yeah, that's right. From Erica, I haven't heard of a single way for the corpses to disappear that doesn't involve Kinzo. Looks like your theory is about to be denied, doesn't it?
This spear is just... you paperweights! Get out of my way!
The deeply piercing blue spear and the 7 red stakes tormented her theory. They won't...
Oh my God. I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I was just taking a water break, man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah, so does that mean... Because Kinzo's the one who gave the baby in the first place.
Yeah, basically...
So I wonder if he was trying to pawn off the bastard child onto her. And then when it didn't work out, but the baby somehow survived, he gave it back.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because, like, I guess now we can work out a theory where, like, they talked about Kinzo having a bastard child, right? Like, with Beatrice, the Golden Witch. So I guess there's technically also an angle of maybe Battler is actually Kinzo's son, but he couldn't let anybody know that, so he pawned him off.
That'd be actually
and then, you know, Beatrice might actually be Battler's mom.
Yeah. I don't think Rudolph's infidelity... Was it Rudolph's infidelity, like, proven or stated in red?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
But, like, just with... Because... With that, is his fucking... What's-her-face? Ange is his half-sister anyway, right? Is she not even?
I'm pretty sure. Because, dude, I don't even remember, to be honest. I'm not gonna speak when I don't know for sure what I'm saying. But
I was gonna say, did she not actually exist? Was that whole thing, or no? Is she real? She's real outside of the game board, right?
Should be, from what we know.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I mean, dude, you're good. These are the questions that we gotta ask, you know.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt.
They won't come out! They won't come out! I acknowledge the mistake in Erica's reasoning and the need for revision. What the... My master!
Watching Erica's face contort with the pain as she struggled to escape from the spear, Berncastle spoke with this disgusted expression. Faced with the facts, Berncastle had acknowledged Erica's loss herself. Erica gazed at her master, who was no longer confident in Erica's own victory, with a mixture of shock and despair.
I don't give a damn about your pride. How long do you intend to shame yourself like that? You, my double, who's been granted the same blue hair as me. How long do you intend to hang there, pierced through like that? I guess I'll just have to descend myself. Looks like I didn't need a piece after all. Ah, what a pain. What a pain, what a total pain. I don't need a piece. No! I'll just throw it away. Yeah, that disappointing, regretful, discouraging, hopeless letdown of a misfire. Do it quickly, filth! Didn't I tell you to revise that pathetic theory of yours? yes, my master. Yes, I'm so sorry. Princess is so sorry.
I'm role-playing with myself, dude.
Humiliation. Yeah, you're doing pay pig roleplay with yourself. Zedeka's face twisted in humiliation, and her tears streamed down her eyes. She withdrew and revised her own theory in accordance with her master's order. Mumbling quietly, she made the various revisions with the Blue Truth, had them acknowledged by Lambda Delta, and finally had the blue spears... God damn it. The blue spear smashed and was freed. Though that Blue Truth did indeed explain how the corpses had disappeared, it couldn't conceal its desperation, and was a bit of a shabby reasoning.
My master, I've taken it out. My theory is perfect. Are you kidding me? It's horribly pathetic, but I'll forgive you. Because your face and your theory are so lame, it's funny!
Oh my god. No!
Erika was taunted by her master, who wore an ugly expression. She thrashed about on the floor, crying bitter tears. The wounded Delanor stepped out before her, as though shielding her, and she spoke to Berncastle as well as Battler.
Regardless of how pathetic it might be, Lady Erica's revised truth is valid.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's right. Regardless of my truth, yours can exist at the same time. That's what this world is like. No one can disprove them, so even if there are various truths and even if they contradict each other wildly, they can exist at the same time. Here, as many truths exist as you can imagine. No one can just deny that all on their own.
Yes, that is true. I won't let anybody deny Lady Erica's truth.
Eleanor?
As long as I'm here, I will protect that truth. No matter how pathetic it is, I will not laugh at that truth.
I'm a little baby.
The words of Delanor, whom Erica had previously looked down upon, led Erica to once again thrash about on the floor sobbing.
And because no unique truth exists, everything is covered in darkness. Therefore, while both my theory and Erica's theory are impossible to deny, neither is a unique truth. They're vague, and while neither can be denied, neither is certain. Because there's been no decision, the illusion of the witch still exists. The only one who will be permitted to expose it is neither Erica nor the rest of you. It's me alone! I won't let anyone expose Beatrice's illusion except me!
The verdict is revised! Because of the truth presented by Ushiramiya Battler, Erica's truth is no longer unique! However, Erica's truth is impossible to disprove. Therefore, both of their truths exist together. The conclusion of the 5th game is rescinded. The game goes back to being even, and I transfer the position of Game Master from myself to the Golden Sorcerer, Ushiramiya Battler. Ushiramiya Battler, step forward. I appoint you as the new Game Master. Will you accept? You will, right? Do it, you new Endless Witch!
Yeah, I'm the new Game Master! I'll weave the 6th game. Erica, let's settle things for good this time. Stand up!
Yes, I will stand. I'll make you regret giving me a chance to clear away this shame. My master, please give me an opportunity to fight with Battler again in the 6th game.
Now she has to be dropped into his mystery where she doesn't have control through Burn.
Oh man.
Oh.
Sure, of course I'll give you a chance.
Wow, incredible! She said I'll give you a chance. Isn't this a miracle? From the Witch of Miracles Burn Castle?
Erica, you've miraculously managed to escape with your life. In the 6th game, Battler's game, expose the truth no matter what, unless you want to be tossed aside into the darkness of oblivion. Yes, my master. Eleanor?
Of course. I will give it my all in the next game as well.
I won't pretend to be a guest any longer. Together with Delanor, I'll tear your game to bits.
Sure, I'll invite you to my 6th game. Sorry, but that title of yours, Checkmate of the whatever, isn't cutting it.
It's your game. You can decide the name yourself. Just bring it on. I, Furudo Erika, am a detective before I am a witch. I acknowledge you as the new master of this game, and I issue a proclamation of war. I'll definitely expose it all. I'll kill you, Golden Sorcerer Ushiramiya Battler!
Yeah, come at me with all you've got, Furudo Erika!
You are right, Adam. This whole game could be a freaking game of Mage the Ascension.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you want a magic system in a game that kind of actually works like this with all the reality warping, it's Mage the Ascension. Yeah.
Just watch, Beato. I'll take charge of your game. And in this next game, I'll prove that I completely understand all of your riddles.
Oh. Oh yeah! Woo!
Yay!
Hooray!
We are free.
Holy moly.
I am in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I bet. Did a lot of screaming.
Just when I thought I was out,
My
he reels me back in.
He reels
my
you back
guess is
in.
that I definitely don't think Battler is actually the murderer. But obviously, like, that's the argument he had to make to defeat, like, the scenario that she had constructed. So I don't think that's actually, like, the truth, but it could be.
It could
That door is
be.
open. That door
Some
is
part
open.
of me thinks that I wonder if Beatrice is trying to get him to become the golden sorcerer, I guess, the whole time. Also, it could be this is him becoming Kinzo, who's the family head.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's both of those things. That was clearly her intention, kind of like they were talking about. Oh my god, I'm lightheaded. My voice is hoarse.
The promise he made her.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
still
I think
didn't.
More so that it's the servant and him. Is Beatrice and Batman.
They didn't make it clear whether or not. Yo, can I talk?
Nope.
Okay, fuck you.
Wow. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Nope.
Oh,
It's too
okay.
late. You've lost your chance.
Okay.
Had to be there.
That's why I think it's Shannon.
Shannon is...
Because they made a promise to each other! At the beginning of this, they made a promise to each other that she thought of him as riding in like a fucking, like... She had a crush on him, and, like, she pictured him, like, as her prince.
Yeah,
like,
but how could she be she's not older than him, is she? No.
She's the same... Well, yeah, she is. Wait, no. I think they're the same age.
Servant and infant. So even if it was like a child servant.
Oh. Well, I guess I wasn't thinking of that servant in particular. The one that fell from the cliff.
Yeah, but who's she then? Like, what's like? She's got to be.
Yeah,
like,
it can't be
what is
possible.
the? Yeah, I don't.
Well, shit, guys, shit.
Damn.
Shit.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Jamie, thanks for being here. Adam, thanks for being here. That climax was cray cray. You have anything to say, Lanny?
I need a lozenge.
Uh-huh.
You got any
Story-wise?
I mean, I was pretty much saying everything I thought as it came. Like I said, I think the most interesting thing to come out of this is like the new methods with which we can interpret the murders.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're gonna dive into that more as they go along. Like now we're finally at the stage where like they're expecting you to be able to, you know, do what the characters are doing and use like both methods of thinking simultaneously.
Like how you're thinking of that meme where you're like the manja, the love drama.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Ooh.
Dude, I mean that's what I got invested on. I want to know how the murders happened. I really want to know. Cuz I'm pretty sure we eventually do get a definitive answer.
Yeah, we have to.
I mean, dude, well, here's the thing. I don't want to say that we have to, because it's fucking Ryukishi. I would not be surprised if he didn't give us an actual answer.
Oh god, if it's a you decide.
No, like,
You decide.
But I don't know. We'll see.
3 more episodes. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. You guys have a good night. Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye. We must go.